Alright, hello, welcome in. Oh, the chat is working, that's good. Well, kind of, more or less. Hang on, let me fix this. Hello, welcome in. How are you all doing? I hope everybody is having a good day today. Hang on a sec. I knew the chat that Blank designed was not gonna work on this channel, so I was trying to avoid the ugly chat. Give me a sec. This is actually showing chat, which is good. We are somewhat working. Kind of. Oh boy, we look horrible. It's temporary. Just give me a sec. Just give me a sec. I just gotta do this, and then I gotta grab this, and then I know, it's not the best looking in the world. It's not the best looking in the world, but, like, it exists. Is it going the wrong way? Is it going the wrong way? Oh no. Do I have it going the wrong direction? Oh boy. We'll have to see how this goes. Is this gonna go the wrong direction? It might be going the wrong direction, which is not helpful. We'll have to see how it goes. Aroma curse. Maybe it'll... I have to see if it's going to, like, be weird about the other stuff, but we'll see here. Speaking of which, have you had a chance to look at the Jira project, Dan? I haven't even had time to, like... I don't even know an equivalent. I have not had time to, like, handle anything. But yeah, we've at least got this going, so that's good. That's good. Because before we just didn't have chat at all, so it's like, it's not the prettiest, but it exists, and it's not, like, on black background, so we're getting there, I had to do this in, like, the last 5 minutes before stream, so that's why I was a little late. Sorry for being a little bit late. I just had to, try to see if I could do what I could to set this up. 4 out of 10. Fair enough, honestly. That's fair. I think chat on stream's a little delayed. At least it works outside the delay. It probably is, unless... Yeah, it's probably a little bit delayed. That's okay. It's like... I can't make it perfect, but we've at least got something going here. What were you guys saying, by the way? With the times? Hopefully the schedule was just a typo. I didn't even notice it said 1 PM EST until it was pointed out, since I'm mildly tired for some reason. That's very fair. Why would it say 1 PM EST? Oh! I think the last time I changed the time was when we were doing an early stream, and I think I've forgotten to change it since. I think we had one early stream, and then I forgot that it was an early stream, and now that one day is messed up, so I'm gonna have to fix the time on that. Here, real quick, let me just do that before I forget, because I probably will forget. Let me just change that to making them all the same so that nothing's confusing, and then I'll have it ready for next week correctly, and then we'll be fine. We'll be good. Alright, save that, make sure that's all good. Alright, that's all good. It's understandable. Let me know if you eventually get around to it, especially if you have issues with access. Alright, I will let you know, yeah. Unfortunately, from what I can tell, I'm not able to use the same chat on StreamerBot. So, I don't think StreamerBot supports multiple YouTube accounts, unfortunately. So, that is a little bit irritating. Star confirmed that we call the time zone here EST regardless of time of year. I believe so, right? Or I could be stupid, that is also possible. Don't confirm that, I want Vesta to be wrong. Alright then, jeez. Honestly, it makes sense as to why there was a typo. I'm just used to it being 1 PM my time. I guess I didn't notice the time not being correct on the schedule. Yeah, no, that's my bad, that's my bad. It normally is 1 PM your time. That is just a one-off that we had, and I forgot to change it on the one-off, so that is on me completely. No, I'm still trying to keep things consistent. I apologize. But anyway, I'm trying a little bit of different stuff today on the art side today. Charles is my nemesis today. You get a break roll. Incredible. 1 o'clock a.m. your time? It should just basically be consistent to what we normally have for stream. That was a one-off time, and I've forgotten to since change the one-off time, so it's on me. But anyway, you'll notice that I'm trying something a little bit different layout-wise. I want to kind of see how that goes. I saw a YouTube video. I've been trying to study the very, very few YouTube videos that are out there for the art style that I'm looking to get, that I'm looking to evolve my work into. And one person had this one layout where it shows the whole piece far away, and then it shows, like, the references they're using, and then it shows the whole piece. And I'm like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense for stream. It's a lot easier to communicate, and then if I'm, like, zoomed in or something, then you can still see the entire piece, which I really like. So I'm gonna try setting up doing things this way and see how that goes, because it just feels like it would be a lot more efficient. And then I want to try this technique that I saw earlier, where, like, the entire piece is colored how it needs to be while everything is still in the sketch layer time. And then, after it's colored the way that the person wants, then they go in and they, like, paint over it to clean up the sketch instead of doing line art. And I kind of want to try that. I've tried doing that, somewhat similarly in the past with a different style. I want to try some things because I've been seeing this technique, and it just seems really effective for what I've been wanting to go for. So I want to sort of see how that goes if I just, like, draft out all the color in the very beginning and then clean it up later, as opposed to, like, trying to paint over it the entire time I'm working. I feel like that could be very beneficial, like, technique-wise. I'm always trying to figure out a way to, make things more efficient. Like, my efficiency with art is not great. I really want to increase my efficiency. And I feel like this would be a really good way to increase efficiency, honestly. Wish you could stick around and antagonize Vessa longer, but sadly gotta go. Alright, Charles, no worries. Seems like you have to manually switch YouTube account on StreamerBot each time. Which source are you currently using for the overlay? I could adapt the code, though that'll take time. Which source am I currently using for the overlay? Oh, this is just, I'm just using basic stream elements, like whatever I was able to get done in 5 minutes. It's just essentially basic stream elements, instead of StreamerBot. Yeah, it's annoying that they don't have a way to, like, quickly switch accounts. I really wish they did, but I don't think that's a feature that they have at the moment. So, I'm just sort of going with what I can. I don't necessarily like using 2 different accounts, but I'm really trying to, like, keep things separate, especially if I'm going to be, like, further developing, the main channel as, like, more of a specific niche, or at least, for the time being. So, I'm trying to do my best to keep all the personal stuff off. But it does make things a little bit tiring. A little confusing. Alright, and then, let's see, we're going to paint this in a different color, just so everything's all separated here. YouTube stream just hates me today. I'm trying on different browsers and no luck. They keep buffering. Truly the curse. Oh, no, okay, no, your text is showing up. For a second, I didn't think your text was showing up. It is, though. I don't really know what to tell you about the YouTube buffering. I wish I had a good solution for that, but I don't think I do. Alright, all these background elements need to be behind. There we go. Alright, that makes a difference. Raul calculated that since you were over an hour late, that's 1 pull per 30 seconds late. It's gonna be like 120 pulls. What are you talking about? I was not an hour late from what I intended. I just forgot to change the time on the schedule. That's different. That's not being an hour late, that's just having the wrong time, but it's consistent with every other time we've streamed, so. I just forgot to change the time. That's all good. Alright. The moment you said I don't know what to tell you about the buffering, it started buffering again. Oh no. I'm sorry. Star crime fraud? What fraud? What fraud is there here? At least if you do 120 polls, you get a free 5-star from it. I think there'd be a little bit more. I would hope that there would be more than one 5-star from 120 polls. That sounds scary. What the heck? I would hope that there would be more than one 5-star. If there wasn't, that would be very, very depressing, I think. Alright, let me just get a little bit more here, just so that we have everything flat. Alright, my stream also buffering quite a bit. You're not alone? Same here. Why is the stream buffering for you guys? That's really strange. It doesn't normally, right? It doesn't normally on the other channels, right? I don't think the settings are any different. I think Raoul infected me. YouTube also seems to be dying on my end. That's not normal. What? Is that on my side or is that on the YouTube side? I'm so confused. I don't think anything is off. Stream health. Says stream health is good. Connection is good. Stream status excellent. I don't know why you guys have all the buffering. If you do the thing of putting off the URL you put into OBS elements into the regular browser near the end of stream again, I could use the data to start adapting the code. Can I do that? Am I able to do that now? Because I know before you usually ask for that to be before I start streaming. Let me see if that would work. If I grab this. It's stream elements, so I don't know if it'll show the same way, but let's see. I have no idea if that's gonna work or not. Okay, well, it kind of seems to... Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It seems to only want to, it seems to be extremely delayed. Wow, that's delayed. It's not as... Well, It's delayed on the browser end. Hopefully not normally, though. Everything's just a little bit messed up today. That's okay. When isn't it, to be honest? Tried to YOLO for Surtur today with Annihilation currency and got a 6-star! But dupe Cal. Oh no! Your star stream was buffering before, but isn't today. Huh. I don't know. I think the chance of getting only one 5-star and no 6-star from 120 polls are so low, it had to be one of those days where nothing is in your favor from before you wake up. Jeez. There's been 900 reports of YouTube being down in the last 2 minutes. Okay. So it's not on my end, it is on the YouTube end. You know, our poor, billion-dollar company. Probably trillion, almost. It isn't buffering for me. I did hear the audio die a little about 4 minutes ago. Must have been just my headphones acting up since, they're cheap headphones. I don't think we have the setting that would make the, audio be weird, at least. So, hopefully we're okay there. It's my fault. I'm hacking YouTube. Sorry. Why are you hacking YouTube? Why is that a thing you need to do right now? Alright. Let's jump into our, color here. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? Wait, can I color pick for me? Okay, I can. You just have to go to the... Okay, interesting. That's an interesting way to do it. Was bored. You don't need to be hacking YouTube right now, please. Alright, let's see. If I can get this at, like, trying to make this... I was originally going to do this in Ghibli style, and now that I think about it, I'm like, no, I kind of don't think I want to do Ghibli style, because I think that, like, everyone has been trying to fake the Ghibli style, and now I'm just like, I don't really think I need to do that. I think that everyone's kind of sick of seeing people trying to fake the Ghibli style. Granted, they're not doing it truthfully, but I still think people are probably sick of it by now. So I want to try doing something that is more like something I could use for a portfolio that is a little bit more regular and painterly. So we'll have to see how that goes. Because I don't know if anyone saw in the Discord, but I had this inspirational piece of you that I was looking at. And I was like, I adore how this looks. I adore this style. I really want to try to get better at this style. So I'm gonna see what we can do instead of trying to perfect mimicking Ghibli. Because I'm sure that we could, but I think everyone's sort of seen that by now, and in frustrating ways. Unless you guys think it has to be Ghibli. What do you think? See if I can sort of trying to think what color makes the most sense here. Maybe it started with your stream if you thought about that, Star. I don't think I'm affecting all billion users of YouTube. How many billions? What is it, like 10 billion videos get watched a day or something insane? I saw some statistics that were really frightening. It's really the one time Star's issues with YouTube. She isn't multi-streaming on Twitch. True, though. I might start multi-streaming on Twitch. I want the YouTubes to be separate, but I may try keeping the Twitch stuff together. I don't know. I'm sort of, like, trying to figure out what makes the most sense as we go. Let's see if we can get, like, a... Try to keep it somewhat separated in tone. I'm trying to see if I can get, like, highlights on here, but it doesn't... Maybe I need, something a little bit more... Why does that not want to blend correctly? What if I use... Is there something in front of it? This doesn't feel... Maybe... No, maybe that's actually right. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. It's actually right, but it doesn't want to be right. Alright. Let me zoom in a little here so I can actually see what I'm doing. Just trying to get the color in. THLPH, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Me when I'm forced to collapse the global economy by systematically hacking every stock exchange because I'm bored. Yeah, that's definitely Vessa. Alright, we'll get a little bit of shading here. I watch way too much YouTube while working since I work from home. So you had to hack YouTube because of that? Is that why you're hacking YouTube? Like, that's the real question. Why are we hacking YouTube? I believe they would have not commissioned it with you if they wanted 100% Ghibli style. This isn't a commission though. This is more like a community. This is more like a community gift ode thing. How do I explain it? It's not a commission. I would not be commissioned for something of myself. I mean, maybe if it was like Stargazer world building, I have had some people express interest in helping fund that kind of stuff, but in terms of just a commission of myself, I don't think that would be a thing. This is more of a overall every Stargazer type of thing. This is all the way back from Irium. This is an ode thing from Irium, believe it or not. I'm trying to get through all the ode Irium work while trying to balance the actual commissions of other people. It seems to be better. I did put the stream on 360p though. Oh dear. Why do you need to point things out like it's contradictory? Maybe one Vesa is watching YouTube and another's hacking it. That is true. I forgot that there's many Vesas. Do the other Vesas get along? Like, that's something I need to know. Do the Vesas get along with each other, or do they fight each other? Is there, like, a leader of the Vesas? How does this work? Watching full HD fine here? That's good, at least. I don't know what's up with it. I don't know. I hope it, like, starts behaving better. Alright. Get a little bit of the cream color here. I really do like this brush. I want to get better at using this brush. It kind of has, like, a weird, like, can you see? Like, it kind of has a strange, like, outline around it. It lends itself really well to doing textured stuff, which is why I want to try to, not necessarily do the Ghibli style, but just see, like, how I can do something painterly. I think it would be cool to sort of experiment with getting better with this brush. 50-50? In future Space Arc, there's a civil war between the Vesas in space. Goodness. Space war with all Vesa. Vesa civil war. That is truly amazing. The Vesa civil war. Goodness. As much as I like the Ghibli style, I would assume we want the style, but with a hint of your own touch, and so we make it feel more unique amongst all the other Ghibli. Yeah, I think so. When I say Ghibli style, I mainly mean, like, the cell shading aspect of it. I'll do, like, a little bit, but I do still like a little bit of that, texture. I think I'm a very painterly person when it comes to art style. I really can't do the full cell shade animation style. I'm not good at it, honestly. I'm not good at figuring out where the shading works. I accidentally put the stream on 1.6 times speed and everything broke. Oh dear. Also, hello Celtic Alchemist and hello MG. Let's see. Okay, and now we've got, this is still a little bit of that white gray color. Okay. Grab a little bit of this for the fur here. And I can also go outside of the color picking as well. I'm just sort of seeing what works in terms of this, like, natural forest. I think it has this green tone because everything is surrounded by, like, the green of the trees, if I had to guess. That's why they would choose it. So, and then we have a little bit of that natural light coming through here. So yeah, it's a little bit more painterly than your regular Ghibli style, but, like, the eyes, I think, can still stay fairly iconic to the style. And then if I can make things a little bit bolder, that would be good. We'll see how that goes. I'm basically, like, I want to try to use the Monday streams to be, like, very loose and experimental. Still trying to get things done. But I want to just sort of see what works in terms of learning new technique. I don't get to do that too often, so. One thing that I also want to do with the Thursday streams is when I'm doing things that are, like, Arknights related, I really want to try to use it to study techniques. So, like, on the schedule with the right time, by the way, I think it says something like hand studies, but with operators. I really want to try to use different situations to get better at certain things that sort of hold me back sometimes. And then use that to also help teach others different techniques as well. So, using this to sort of experiment with the brush strokes and everything, I think is really, really helpful. It was Raoul, it caused me to be delayed. Fair. Alright. What else do we need here? We need the markings. We need the red markings. And they're kind of dark because, again, they're in the shadows. Should I make the star red? I guess that kind of fits, doesn't it? Because she also has the streak of red on the top. That would sort of make everything fit in a ironic way. It's like a half and half. Alright. And then we've got, like, she has, like, very, very dark brown hair, I think. But, oh, wait, am I still going? No, I'm still going with my natural color, I think. Natural color, but with the cut style, I think. And there's also in a forest, so this needs to be a little bit darker, probably. I really like not having to perfect the line art, because it just allows me to be loose with it, and then this technique of cleaning it up later, I feel like it's something I really should try to get working. And if I can maintain that consistency, I think it would be really good. I don't know, I'm sure there's probably people here who have really no idea, like, what I'm trying to talk about. But that's okay, I'm just sort of babbling my techniques here. Or my attempted techniques, the things I want to learn. Just so you know, lots of people saying in the server they can't load the stream, and or it broke for people who were already in here. Aroma, Siam, MG... Usako can't load it. What? That is strange. YouTube is still saying that we're okay. Thank you for letting me know. What on earth? It's like, it's just like no one can access it? What is happening? Been sent to the stream Shadow Realm? What is going on? This shouldn't- okay. This channel shouldn't be set up any differently than the other one. Like, that shouldn't make any difference. YouTube Europe is dead? Wait, is that why? Wait a minute. Are all the people who are having issues with it in Europe right now? Is it like is it a server-based thing? I don't know what's going on. For some reason, it's still working for me. It might be area specific. That's what I'm thinking. Wait. Because, Aroma, Siam, MG, is it all, like, area specific? Usako's in the US? Oh. I've been unable to reach the stream for over 5 minutes. What on earth is going on? Alright, hang on. Is this like a is this just an unlucky day? Because I don't think that this is channel specific. What does down detector say? Oh, okay, that's a big spike. That's a big spike. Yeah, I'm on down detector right now, and down detector is like, yeah, there's problems. There's big problems. Not working. Back up, not working. Impossible to watch streams. Every video works except which ones I want to watch. YouTube is down. Can't load any videos. Not working. Okay, so this is definitely not on my end. This is like YouTube is having problem. There is big spike. Yeah, very, very big spike. We're gonna do what we can, I suppose. So for anybody who's talking in the Discord about not being able to access the stream, I don't think there's anything that I can necessarily do about it. I'm gonna, like... that's annoying. So it's not like my settings or anything, it's just straight up YouTube is borked. YouTube seems to be borked right now. That is irritating, I'm sorry. Western US, and it's working? Wouldn't be a star stream without scuff. But it's not my scuff! It's not my scuff, it's different, it's a YouTube scuff, it's not my scuff, it's not my... This is not my doing. Can it really be called scuff if it's not my own? Is it possible to stream in VC as well as on YouTube? I've never tried it. Like, I've legitimately never tried it. I know that if I try it, I can't have background music. From what I understand, there is no way to get background music. Hashtag not my scuff. Not even sure what window you would set to show. I mean, I could try. I could... I don't know. I could set it to OBS virtual camera, but there would be absolutely no background. And it would be kind of hard to watch two chats, but I could try? This is not something I normally would do, though. Clip studio window and then just talk? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess so. It's really not working for people. Alright, we're gonna... I'll attempt it. I can't guarantee it'll work. Very, very, very messed up here. The other thing is I don't know how to make it, like, single broadcast. It stopped buffering? Never mind. Oh dear. You think it's too risky to try today? Last minute? Don't worry about it. My main thing is, like, I don't know how to make it so that everyone, if it's just, like, single broadcast. That's my main thing. Let me try something. Can I change permissions so that it's, like... Hang on a sec. Allow members... Okay, what if I do this? Just want you to mute on this push. Okay. I'm gonna try something. It might not work. Hang on. Let me try something. I'm gonna have to set this up in a weird way, I think. Okay, if I do that, and then I'll add my... I'm gonna try something. Just join this voice channel. Okay, if you're not... And connect. And connect. And then... You definitely move. What if we try... Connected to a VPN? Seems like it's stable. 50-50 on us VPN guys getting kicked out now? What? Alright, let me try one thing. Let me try one thing here. We're gonna attempt this. I don't know if it's gonna work. Okay. Yeah, I've never tried this before, so... We're gonna attempt this. This is kind of nerve-wracking. Let's see here. If I do this, if I do this, if I... Alright, maybe this works. I don't know. Nobody expects the VPN Inquisition. Hopefully this is working screen-wise. I don't really know. I've never tried this, but I tried on Discord to at least set it up visually. And I think it should be that, like, everybody is, I think it should just be that there's only one speaker. But if people can at least see it, then I'll take it. Yeah, we'll have to see if this works. I really don't know how well this is gonna work. Does that work, Vessa? Does that look right? Let me also pop out the chat here. I think there should also be a chat somewhere. Open chat. There we go. Alright. I have the Discord open, I've got the chat open, I've got the audio. I'm gonna do what I can. So, in the Discord VC, there should be a button to look at the chat. I'll say hello, hello. Basically, some people are having a hard time watching the stream. Actually, a lot of people are having a hard time watching the stream. Is there no audio, or am I just insane? Is there no audio? Is there audio or no? There should be? If there isn't, I'm not sure how to fix it. There's no background audio. I can't set up background audio. Yeah, there's no BGM. There's unfortunately no BGM. I unfortunately am not able to have BGM. I've looked into this. It's a very stupid restriction on OBS's part. I have no control over it. Can't hear you, but it's probably a dumb Discord setting on my end. Okay, as long as the mic is working? But people should be able to hear at least, I think. This is very confusing, and now I'm losing track of what I'm doing. That's okay, though. That's okay. Is it somewhat working for people? More or less? Kind of? Possibly? I don't even know anymore. Let me just get... Can you see the pen moving? Can you see the things moving? I don't even know anymore. We're just doing what we can to combat the YouTube problems. Because YouTube is being silly. This works? Okay, alright. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear. I will do my best. Here, how can I... Am I able to pop this out? Of course I can't. Alright. I'm going to do my best here to try to hold the Discord chat. Do we chat here or through YouTube's chat? I don't know. Whatever works for you, I suppose. Whatever works for you. I'm just doing my best to, like, keep my sanity here. I have both chats open. I will do my best to try to keep up with both. I just can't see the Discord one I can't have on screen. Yeah. But if people can at least hear. I'm sorry there's no BGM. I know it's kind of awkward. I really wish there was a way to do it. But, like, there's legitimately a problem on OBS's end when it comes to the BGM. I've never been able to figure it out. I've tried in the past. It's extremely frustrating. YouTube side's still working? Once it dies on my end, I'll swap to VC, see how well it works for me then. Alright, yeah. Do whatever you need to do. Do whatever works for you. Vessa, I'm, like, nervous because I've never tried this style, but I appreciate the idea. No BGM? What am I hearing? I don't think there's BGM. I mean, every time I've tried it, I haven't been able to get BGM working, but if there is, that would be shocking. Oh, your Onik is still open. Yeah, that'll do it. But yeah, let's see here. I'm still trying to figure out, like, what I'm doing with this piece. I got a little bit thrown off. Just a little bit thrown off. Alright. Trying to get the base colors down still. For this. Since we're not limited to YouTube's chat anymore, we can spam Prism. That is true. Yeah. That is true. You can spam all the prism. Alright, we'll make this a little bit darker. So far, with having 2 monitors on my end, I can see both VC chat and YouTube chat. I think I have a good enough setup to be caught up on both ends. Alright, sounds good. I hear BGM too. If you're on the YouTube side, you can, but if you're on the Discord side, you can't. It is a weird, OBS problem that I've never solved. Okay, hang on. Can't really move things around easily. Alright. Yeah, okay. Noted, noted. I appreciate that. Yeah, that is a good point, actually. Hang on one sec. That's a good point. Alright. We should be good here. I honestly prefer no BGM? Really? You prefer no BGM? I'm curious. Can I ask why? Now it's purely ASMR. Oh dear. No, we can't have that. So disconnect from VPN. It seems the situation on YouTube is working a bit better now. Be wherever works best for you, honestly. I'm fine with anything whatever works. Wherever you want to be is good with me. My mic is probably higher quality on the YouTube end. I have no filters on the Discord end. Unfortunately, there's no way to make the Discord end sound good, from what I know. Because it's just all mic, no filter. Frost Starlight voice ASMR. Does it sound weird? Truly Starlight with a gamer mic. Hopefully it doesn't sound that bad. It can just be noisy. It's nice to have sounds in between to think while I work. Alright. I hope it's, like, workable. Usable. At least MG has mod powers in here, though. Wait. Actually, I don't think I have that set up. I don't think, MG has mod powers in here. I'm gonna have to make sure to set that up, so no one throws spoilers in the Discord VC. No, I didn't add the roll real quick, because I was, rushing the roll. Say no more. Oh. Wow, okay. This is at least good to test for, like, future things, though. I have stream on top monitor, playing game on main monitor. Alright, sounds good. I've been trying to chat while stream was infinite loading for the last 20 minutes. It seems fine now, I say hesitantly. Oh dear. I get that. My mic literally has no sense of noise reduction. Picks up my brother on the other side of the house. Doesn't pick up my chair squeaking from moving ever so slightly. Oh dear. Yeah, we don't have any filters, so it's a little bit risky, but that's a-okay. Where am I trying to go from here? I'm still trying to add our base colors, aren't I? I may have just gotten slightly thrown off recently. Discord has filters by default at least, does it? I can't know what you're hearing. I've never, okay, I don't, for anyone else who streams, I know there's a way that you can, like, hear yourself while you're streaming. I cannot have that on. It drives me absolutely insane. I cannot have that on. I know some people stream with it. What is it called? Like, self-monitoring or something? I can't do that. I tried it once. It was awful. I tried it once because I had to. Like, back on Irium, I had to try setting this thing up so that there would be a way to have, background noise. And I had to do it that way. And it was atrocious because there was, like, a half a second delay. And the half second delay messes with your head so much because you just hear you don't hear yourself, which you could get used to. You hear yourself after you've said something. So it's not like timed correctly. It's the worst thing ever. Can't believe the challenge is almost over. What the heck am I gonna do now? Inktober's coming up. One time I was setting up a new mic, I had my window in the other room open, I heard a rumble, and I was like, what is this? And the mic was picking up a motorcycle down the road. That's wild. A lot of streamers say, yeah, I listen back to myself. I can't do it. I've tried it. I've set it up where I've tried it. And no, that does not work for me at all. Okay, what is the color of her? Hang on. Do I not have the... This is so annoying. Okay. Alright, it's like gray and yellow. Got it. Oh god, Inktober. Still haven't finished my list from 2023. It's okay. It's alright. Inktober is like... I don't even know how to describe Inktober. Inktober's not for the faint of heart, to be honest. Inktober's a death wish. Inktober's a death wish, yeah. I would agree with that, honestly. I would say that's fairly accurate. I did Inktober once, like... maybe 2018, maybe? Never doing Inktober again. I can't do Inktober. Not gonna lie, the group on Discord watching streams kinda cute. Aromatober, there you go. Don't worry about it right now. There might be a way to stream this Discord chat. Not exactly sure. I don't want you worrying about it right now while you're streaming. I mean, I could always, like, have Discord as a browser source and then, like, chop it and then, like, crop it so it's just showing the chat. But I don't have any room for it, especially with the existing YouTube chat, so it's, like, hard to keep up. I don't stream, but one of my friend groups has soundboard for each of us in the group. Every time I hear mine, I die inside a little. Oh no. I remember trying to experiment with delayed feedback on what I was saying. According to my brother, I sounded like half my brain had stopped working. Delayed feedback is just the worst thing ever because, like, you think it's hard to focus on streams regularly. With delayed feedback, you don't know you're completely lost with delayed feedback. It's the worst thing ever. Tried it once, never again. Not doing that again. That was genuinely terrible. And what I did for Irium, because I was trying to do it for Irium to just have, like, the, just to be able to have the, whatchamacallit? Words. Just to be able to have the background music. I ended up just playing the background music from a different source entirely and not connecting it regularly. So it always sounded like it was far away and a little bit off, but it was there and that's all that mattered. That's all I needed. I just needed it to kind of be there. My first Inktober, I somehow belted 31 full illustrations in a month. Still not sure how I did that. Oh dear. What if you hosted a community-wide Arktober? Create prompts for people to draw AK things if they want. Your favorite op on a day, and different prompts like that. You could throw in some generic Stargazer or Lucinari stuff, but Arktober as a name works too well. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I would imagine that there's, that name's probably been used in the past, I'm sure. That is a good name, though. That is an interesting one for sure. Did Sans Hood always have wolf ears? Wait. The heck? Am I crazy? Did Sans Hood, like, always have wolf ears on it? I knew about the mask, but, like... Look at this. There's wolf ears here. And then in this picture, there's no wolf ears. Did it always have wolf ears? That's weird. Maybe it did. Wait, maybe it did. I guess these are the wolf ears. Huh. I never noticed that. I can't really do that because mine are in the way. What is going on here? I fear Inktober, my way of drawing does not work for repeatedly doing colored designs daily. Wait, it's called Inktober because it's not necessarily colored. What are you talking about? It doesn't help that I literally have no idea how to actually draw in ink. You don't have to, you can just do digital ink. You don't have to actually, wait. Inktober doesn't mean that you have to use, like, quill and ink and color it. You could just do, like, ballpoint pen drawings. Inktober's almost never colored, yeah. It's not colored normally, and you don't have to use real ink. Hang on a sec here. Mandarin effect. I only know Orktober from Warhammer. They battle every October with a Spooktober Necron. Goodness. Pen drawing always stinks whenever you try. It doesn't have to be pen, though. Like, well, okay. I go way too hard with line art when I dare let myself into Clip Studio. Okay, Inktober can be, like, cleaned up sketches. Can Inktober for me just be getting a new tattoo every day? That sounds expensive. A new tattoo every day would be expensive. At least it doesn't mean grabbing a squid from the ocean and using it as a drawing utensil. I would hope not. That sounds a little scary. I highly encourage using actual ink markers or even brushes. They lend themselves well to the format. Digital is usually too much work. I feel like I could only do it digital. That sounds expensive and painful. Yeah, exactly. And here I was already packing my fishing stuff. Are you gonna go squid hunting? Oh dear. Alright, hang on. I need to... So there are wolf ears. Now I'm like, am I supposed to change my ear? So there's wolf ears on this hoodie. I'll just go with my regular ears. I was debating for a sec. I was like, should I make my ears, like, red for this? Also, what is on the... I'm not able to see these details very well, clearly. Jeez. The shirt here is chopped up a little, too. Gonna go for a drive while you watch the stream? Alright. I think you should deafen yourself on stream in case someone comes into VC unmuted. Yeah, no, everyone should be muted here. In case someone joins unmuted? I don't think they can. Yeah. No, I just have it that way because I was like jumping in here, never doing this before. And I'm like, I'm not gonna make it like... Yeah. I do way too much detailing when I start a digital drawing unless it's a meme. Then make them all memes. Make them all memes then. That would work, right? We're beta press. No, it's just that, like, you guys know that I normally do not have a VC at all. Because I get... VCs in Discords can be very, very, very uncontrollable and very nerve-wracking. So I normally don't have a VC in the slightest. Because it's like, I trust you guys, but it's very nerve-wracking in general just to have a VC as a server owner, you know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense anyway. Come and see the violence inherent in the system. What the heck? It's just, yeah, I know that there's people who have been asking for it, but it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot to keep up with, it's a lot to keep track of, and it can go downhill really fast. I'm in some other groups where there's been, like, open VC, and it can be a lot. It can be a lot. It can be very, very, uncontrollable and chaotic and uncomfortable. So, I have not gotten myself to the point where I think I could handle hosting a open VC, honestly. Even though I think everybody here is pretty well behaved. It's a pain to have to watch VCs. Yeah, exactly. It's understandable as much as I wish there was a VC. I wish there was a way that I could, like, control the VC and, like, I don't know. I haven't figured out a good solution to it. But I do think that just being able to learn how Discord VC in this way, even if it's just the one-way broadcast system works, it might still be a good way to eventually maybe someday have, like, event-type stuff. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. I don't have any plans. We're pretty well behaved until bombs come into play. Fair enough. I'm a little confused because I don't usually have any issue with VC, especially in a server like this where everyone's pretty chill. Everyone is pretty chill, it's just that, like, you can't really watch how anyone speaks, and I sort of have everything in, like, a fairly strict safe for work setup, and not everyone speaks that way, and yeah. It can just be a little bit much, I think. Again, I do think that everyone here is fairly well behaved. But it's also a little bit of anxiety, you know? There's also just a little bit of general anxiety of keeping that going yourself. I have to run before my phone's battery implodes. No! Usako says I don't trust myself with VC. Oh dear. Coming up with 31 memes to draw is difficult, though. Maybe you can find, like, a meme generator? Keeping track of VCs are a pain. Like, I know I swear often verbally. Outside of that, I know I'm well-behaved. But watching VC is still very hard, especially with communities. Yeah, true. I think having a VC just to work alongside one another would be nice, but I speak from dire experience, it definitely increases the mod workload. Ugh. You try to come up with 30 ahead of time for the meme idea? Today's like the streamer version of when the teacher loses the lesson, so she pulls a TV and then you watch cool animal VHS tapes for the day. Oh my gosh. I tend to be more productive when I'm alongside others doing the same, even just via VC. No, I understand that. Yeah, the meme idea. If you could think of, like, 30 different types of memes, I think it could work well. I'm not getting, like, any work done because I'm so thrown off by everything happening. Alright. I need to add a little bit of fluff to these ears here. I do agree with you guys, though. I do think that there is a benefit to just being able to work alongside people, but I just don't know how to handle it. Oh, okay, that doesn't look good. Where's the... Alright, let's try this brush here. Pinch horizontal faces in the face array, that's good. The Star Witch? She turned me into a newt? I did not turn anyone into a newt! I did not turn anybody into a newt. Unless you got better. Does she float, throw her into a pond? When she leaves, does Usako turn it into an Usako? What? So what does that even mean? Usago, Usagi, what? Are you trying to call her a rabbit? I'm so confused. Oh my gosh, everyone is just finding the power of memes within the stream. This is insane. Too much meme. Too much meme freedom in the VC. This is wild. Very, very wild. You guys are very wild. Hello, hello, newbie. Welcome in, welcome in. Lurking and working. Well, we are happy to have you here. Newbie, there's been some problems, with YouTube over the past bit, so a lot of people have not been able to get into YouTube. So I also have it on the Discord VC. If you want to see what everyone's doing there too. Just letting you know that that is an open thing. But hello, it is good to see you. Everyone's muted, but they're spamming memes. YouTube banned the Europeans. YouTube's fine now? It just happened to stop working, like, right as I stream, right? That sounds about right. She took our voices, but she can't take our memes. YouTube's mostly fine now, but I like this better. Thunderbird doing Thunderbird things. I thought we were so, like, I thought we were done with the Thunderbird. I thought they weren't going to bother us anymore. I, for one, am immensely charmed at the prevalence of Monty Python memes in the community. After all, that's where the original Stargazer is from. Memes, the DNA of the soul. Hey, you can't throw me in here! That's not fair! Alright, we need to get, some more color over here. Need to get some color for the ears. Wait, let me get this as our base color with the ears here. And then I'll add in the rainbow. What the heck? Blank, when did you make that? What is happening? For those watching on the YouTube side who are confused, I am being attacked in my VC. What is going on? When did this what is wrong with you guys? What is happening? Blank, when did you make this? When did I... What is going on? That image is part of a full meme edit? Oh dear. Why is everyone... Why? I'm actively watching the Discord chat. I think I just learned a new word from Vessa. Striggle. What were you trying to say, Vessa? What were you trying to write? I'm not going to look at that right now. I'm kind of busy. What is going on? Striggle is the star wiggle what? What is happening? Oh my gosh, what is literally what is going on right now? It couldn't be any clearer, to be honest. I don't know about that one. So confused. This is ridiculous. You are ridiculous. You know that you are ridiculous. I'm gonna need the speed paint later on. I'm missing all the work. Why? Because you were distracted with this. This is truly the stream of all time. Is this too... okay, brush is a little too large here. There we go. Do the striggle live? Stop calling it that! It sounds so strange. You're so weird. Oh shoot, did I not do this with enough okay, there we go. I didn't have enough why are we posting Pepe? Why is this just why did everything turn into Pepe spam? Why are we not posting Pepe? I don't know. Why is everyone posting Pepe? Nami sends her regards. I hope Nami's doing well. Do you know that Nami's secretly in the server? Don't even tell me that. I don't think Nami will ever know that I exist, and I'm okay with having that. It would be cool to talk to her someday, but... yeah, I don't think she knows I exist. Which, to be fair, yeah. I mean, she's, like... Ding dong, you're Ron? What do you mean? Stargazers, let's make sure Nami knows Starlight exists as soon as possible. I don't think that's possible. Nami knows every Arknights player? Yeah, but I'm way too new for that, so I don't think so. I can't get this green to stay. I'd be lit knowing her. She would be the best senpai. Don't misidentify Gigi. No, don't worry. I know that she's a cat. I would never insult her that way. To misidentify, it's a guaranteed way to grab her attention. Hello, Kaku. Welcome in, welcome in. So everything broke. Everything completely broke, and now I'm split between the YouTube side and the Discord side. And everyone's kind of going crazy on the Discord side, and I'm fine with wherever anyone wants to be at this point, because I don't know what to do, and YouTube is just being very weird. In the VC chat, Vesta started calling the gif of Starlight doing a wiggle thing the striggle, and now it's becoming a canon event. No, it's not! Nami does in fact monitor each and every AK account and gives only the good little doctors Mizuki, Chichi, and Pepe. What, is Nami like the Santa of Arknights? Just tell her I love Golden Glow, she's such a cute dog, she'll instantly be aware of your existence. Yeah, but I don't want to be on her hit list. I think that's kind of an important distinction. I'm glad the YouTube stream appears to be okay now, otherwise I couldn't watch. Can't use Discord on the work laptop. That's understandable, yeah. Do whatever is best for you. Like, be wherever you want to be here. Everything is kind of imploding as is, so like, Be wherever works for you. Because at this point, I think I've lost control of most things. Should have built Mizuki before Pepe. She would have given me Pepe when she debuted. I still don't have Pepe. Oh no. Watching on YouTube, chatting on Discord. Sounds good. That works. Watch it, lost control of the hive mind? Yeah, I think so. It does seem to be working. Anyways, back to posting horizontally spinning rats. Great. Yeah, I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm just sort of like going with the flow as I'm like attempting to try to make some semblance of progress on this piece. Some semblance of progress being the key word here. Horizontally spinning rat, thank you. I wish I could give you part of full pot Pepe. Just trying to get her into ya. Oh, no. Pepe seems very cool. I think it would be nice to someday have like the Nami made operators. And then someday in the, you know, few decades from now, it might be nice to one day be able to design an operator. The chance of that is next to none, but there is still the existence of a chance somewhere. Here you go, Starlight. This is what a spinning apple sounds like. Incredible. Oh my gosh. I got 2 Narentuya and no Pepe. The banner really did a number. Oh no. The moment you believe it to be impossible is when it happens. Fair enough. Just look at Zangetsu Gain 2 Vulpes. The first Stargazer. The ancient Stargazer. The ancient Stargazer of yore. The descendant. They're posting a picture of the Monty Python rabbit. I was here for a little bit of the YouTube break. Lurking cause work? Sorry, YouTube's being silly. No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just sort of like, I'm trying to do my best to keep track of like 2 chats at once as they're all posting Monty Python memes. And it's quite a thing. It's quite a... I don't even know what to think anymore. I don't know. I've lost control entirely, so, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Let's see, we need a little bit of that darker shadow here. Okay, that's not right. Why is this suddenly, like, all grayed out? That's weird. Why is it grayed out like that? It needs to be a little bit. Oh, wait. Oh, duh. Maybe I should be making this a little bit darker, since it's not... Since it's supposed to be in the shadow a little bit more. There we go. I really do like this brush. It's such a painterly brush. I want to keep using these brushes. They're very nice. A textured brush kind of gives like this really nice traditional fine art feel that I really, really enjoy. What? YouTube broke so she didn't have to explain herself about being 1 hour 5 minutes late. That's not a thing. There's a coordinated effort between Starlight and YouTube. Amazing. We're owed 120 polls for Raul. For Aroma. No, Aqua, gee. Aqua, do what you need to do. It's all good. It's okay. What is happening? I will concede my idea of doing the Discord stream may have come with unintended consequences. Oh, you think? You think? Possibly? Maybe? A little bit of an unknown? Oh dear. This is quite amusing, to say the least. As I'm trying to get work done and I keep seeing Monty Python. Alright, we got a little bit of I mean, the nice thing about this is I don't really, like, I don't feel as much of an intensity to, like, constantly be on, if that makes sense. Like, streamer-wise? I don't know, maybe I'd be able to actually get work done. Vesa hacked into Aqua's phone to start an after Canva. What are you talking about? Vesa planned the YouTube outage for the Stargazers to go rampant in the VC chat. It was all coordinated and executed flawlessly. Jeez. So this is why the idea of, like, an open VC is terrifying to me. I feel like the memes alone kind of justify that. I don't think you're going to get more work done here than just on YouTube, sorry to say. I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't feel like... I don't know, there's weirdly less pressure because everyone is sort of having fun just spamming the memes here. Open the VC just to me. We have the Star Chan and Vesa talk show hour while working. Oh dear. I think it's less scary than you think it is. No, I've been a mod in VC and other servers, so I kind of know how crazy and weird it can be. And those were in servers that I think were fairly chill. I don't think those were in any bad servers. Those were in, like, normal servers. So, I think VCs are just kind of terrifying in general. Do we have to have, like, a no Dune rule? I think it's less scary than you think it is. Time Zero with Elmo. You love hearing, hey, don't say that. We actually have a mod here. Yeah, exactly. Wait, I feel like... Vesa, wasn't there a time where you were trying to talk to me about the Dune thing and it got interrupted like 6 times? Really depends on the community? That's fair, yeah, that's true. I don't remember anything about what Vesa was saying with the Bene Gesserit. I just remember him trying to say, like... He tried repeating it, like, at least 6 times at one point. Everyone seems to know what Dune is. Incredible. Vesa, you are in good company, it appears. There we go. I'm not going to say that. I don't know. I'm not going to try saying that. I don't even know what it is. I'm so confused. It's the chosen one? What? That's what? You guys are all speaking a different language. Everyone here is speaking a different language. I don't know how to feel. Also, for anyone who's still on the YouTube side, I'm so sorry if this is the most confusing thing ever. if you're curious, if you join the Discord, you can see the chat going insanely stupid. There you go, Vessa. Thank you for shouting out the Discord. It's truly, it's very special. Don't worry, Starlight, I don't get it either. Okay, I'm not alone. That's at least good. I like not being alone, so that's good. I'm just gonna, like, Aroma and I are just gonna sit back while everyone just talks about sand and worms. Shameless Discord plug. I mean, I feel like this is sort of the right time to shout out the Discord considering the absolute insanity happening. I don't know if this channel has the command since something came up from the command for the Discord. If you're doing exclamation Discord, it should work. Oh, wait. Oh! Oh! Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh! The commands aren't on the right. What are you doing? Since I'm not on main, you're right. I forgot how much is like absolutely broken on this side channel. You know what's really nice about having the side channel is like the stream can be absolutely trashed unprofessional and I do not care. Cause like half the time I'm laughing at jokes that people on the YouTube stream cannot see right now. But it's on a side channel that can just be, like, whatever it needs to be, honestly. If it just needs to be a dump for different, streams, then so be it. There we go. Thank you, Vessa. We're just shouting out the Discord. This is incredible, honestly. Like, I don't even know what to say right now. This is quite special. This scuff is absolutely perfect for this channel. It unironically makes it better feeling. This is just the channel of chaos and nothing here is like clean and orderly. This is just our channel of chaos. I should just rename the channel. It's just purely... It's just a pure disorderly mess. I have, like, my main channel where everything is, like, all nice and professional and I'm actually trying. And then there's just this. And then there's just pure chaos. With half of it not even being on here, half of it just being in the Discord right now. I'm so glad I have the day off so I can finally support Star. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you, Celtic Alchemist. I appreciate it. Yeah, you know what the nice thing is also with like, I know that people were saying that it would be nice to have like the chatty VC, but on the other hand, I feel like the nice thing about this VC, as it is set up right now, is that anyone who's normally very nervous about joining a VC, because it's like, oh, I don't want to talk and I'm nervous about like large groups or whatever, if it's just a broadcasting VC, I feel like it's a lot less intimidating to join, just to like check out and chat and be part of like the regular insanity mill here. I feel like it makes it less intimidating. There's kind of something nice about that, I feel. Because like I know there's some people who are too afraid to join VCs, and this one is like you don't have to be afraid because everyone is just typing memes. I was in a VTuber server with OpenVC, it did not go well usually. Yeah, exactly. But like, I feel like there's so many people who are normally really scared to join a VC, and this makes it like very low-key. But you can still have fun and be like, insane. Because trust me, you guys are perfectly insane still. Alright, I I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing with the- I've just been, like, painting over this wing, and I don't even know what I'm doing here. Need to take some days off soon. I'm about to max out the amount I can store. I haven't taken a day off in 2 years. Oh, dang. Definitely get yourself a vacation here. I'm saying, are you sure about that? Are you positive about that? We are? Are you sure? I don't know. Several people are typing. I have to be real, I feel like Velzea is probably the most sane person in here from what I've seen. I mean, that is fair. But, like, also, I don't know. I feel like there is not a fully sane stargazer. I don't know about others, I'm pretty sure I'm sane. you also play Arknights, so, like, can we really say that? I strive to make as little sense to the sane mind as possible. Incredible. Alright, I need to get going on Prism, because Prism has no color right now. Let's see if I can get this white wolf color for Prism here. Also, I realized that that the second tassel is, like, behind here, so... does it feel weird? I get amusement out of causing problems. Oh my gosh. The new headset rocks? I'm glad to hear that. I know you were having problems with the headsets before, so I'm glad it's working. What the heck? Boo sanity. I'm sane to an extent, just don't put spicy food in front of me or else I'll eat it before you have time to comprehend the mistake you've just done. What? I can't... Guys, I can't see every GIF here. What on earth? I have to jump out of the art program to see the goofy GIFs you guys are posting. Vessa, why? Is this part of your sowing the seeds of chaos here? What is happening here? We got, like, the super calm music, and there is nothing calm happening right now. Yes, more. Oh. Goodness. I'm wondering if, like, does it feel weird that only one tassel on this ear can be seen? I feel like I need to somehow have the second one here, but I can't figure out where it would fit. If I tried to put it behind, I don't know if it would work very well. If I tried putting it here, maybe, I feel like it would just kind of get in the way. I don't know. It's like... Let's see, the tassel would be like... yellow, pink, and that's probably all that could show here, but that doesn't really work. Look at Star trying to be professional in this chaos. I don't know, you can't really get a sense of it there. I could either do like two parts there, or I could try to have it wrapping over here, which is probably more natural, just harder to fit. Yeah, the size difference is not great. What if here, maybe? Now we have the opposite size difference problem. If it was like... Ah, this doesn't work. This doesn't fit well anywhere. Something like this. Isn't that what I just did? Wait, isn't that what I just did? I'm confused. Isn't that, like, literally what I just had? Also, oh my god, you guys can give me live feedback. That's kind of terrifying. I'm assuming over the shoulder would be more natural. Definitely a hard thing to fit in. Yeah. Probably hug the contour of the neck. What if I flipped it? Is that... Maybe like this? Oh, maybe that could be okay? Tassels can be hard to fit. Especially prisms. Like, prisms are extra long. The stargazers grow more powerful each day. Terrifying, I call it productive. It depends. That could work. Maybe I'll make the other one slightly smaller. I kind of just went pretty loose with it, to be honest, so... I'm gonna have a little bit of a curvature here. Oh my gosh, also, because now we have this crazy weird ability where you guys can give me the the live feedback in a terrifying way, we could also discuss, like, ah! It's fine. We can discuss screaming. I made that discovery several times now. Every time I make Stargazer fan art, inevitably go, oh wait, the tassels. Yeah. The tassels are like an important part of their design, but I do end up forgetting them kind of easily, in a weird way, for some reason. Screaming's fun until you lose your voice or get a noise complaint from those around you. Does it look a tad skinnier than the left one? Yeah, it definitely is. I just gotta even them out. I'm just seeing what I want this one to look like, and then I'll make the other one smaller to match. Yeah, I think... Let me see if I made it. I think it would still mirror the left one, just slightly higher. Vessa. Seko, hello, welcome in. Seko, just to let you know, there is, insanity happening in the Discord right now, because there was, weird YouTube problems. So if you want to join the Discord where I'm also streaming the stream, except everybody is adding, like, GIFs and everything, you feel free to join on that side as well. Join wherever you're comfortable. I'm sorry, but I love that clip so much. Oh my gosh. I feel like the way we have Discord set up right now is the equivalent of, like, people who don't have the YouTube and Twitch chat combined, and they're, like, just trying to talk to both sides while neither side can see what the other's saying. I could do it that way, blank. I feel like it would end up being a little bit skinnier though, and I'm trying to have the arm show, and the problem with that one is that, like, the arm gets a little bit hidden. Let me see if I can move this around a little, just to get a little bit more movement here. Yeah, tassels can be annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like tassels are such an integral design element, but like they can also be very frustrating. I don't know. I also feel the same way about the gemstones. Sometimes the gemstones can be frustrating too. It can all be a little bit frustrating. My honest reaction. Okay. It's fun to be on both. There you go. Being on both works too. You want to be on both the YouTube side and the Discord side, feel free. Absolutely feel free. Let me see, let me look at what Void's idea is. So it's kind of like, it'd be a little bit more, that would also be flipped, I think. And then a little bit more. Like that? That could also technically work. I don't know. These tassels are frustrating. No! Virgil, please! No! No, not the star pie, please. I beg. Void. Are these like the are these like the forest spirits but in stargazer form? I swear. The stargazers are looming in the trees very much, yes. Which way should I do the heck? What is happening here? The pie bites you first. Alright, guys, help me figure out the tassel situation. Are we doing it this way or this way? I can't figure out what makes sense. There's like, this way is like towards the left and then this way is towards the right. What do we think makes the most sense here? Towards the right or towards the left? The right? So that would be this way. Do we like it on the right side like this? It's a little bit awkward, but I kind of can't really think of any other way to do it. This looks better? Alright. Why? It needs to be a bit shorter since it's draped over the body a bit? Oh, that's true, that's true. Why are you... I had it like this before, I think. But you're right, the draping would make it shorter. Maybe like this? That would probably make sense. Imagine throwing someone who can float with bubbles off a cliff. Aroma, I have wings and they've tried to throw me off a cliff before. Don't underestimate them. But one thing is flight, the other is floating. It doesn't matter, trust me. That's what I meant by it has to travel further? Oh, okay, I see, I see. Both I think work, but I think right works well enough to draw the attention towards the middle. Oh, that's a good point, okay. It's not about the damage, it's about sending a message. What is happening? You need to roll too. I've got like intense, insane music here, and then there's just Vesa and Aroma trying to destroy each other. You'll send your Doberman to bite Vesa? Are you sending, like, a Doberman, or are you sending Doberman? Both? Knowing my look, I'm scared to roll, but here goes nothing. Oh my gosh. Aroma, I feel like you'll never be out of ideas for silly doodles, honestly. If I roll even, Star draws waifu Bakadoodle for Usako. If I roll odd, Star's never allowed to draw waifu Usako again. Oh my, just Aroma things. Help. Help. They're rolling dice in the Discord and Aroma's only getting low rolls. See, I'm cursed. You really are. I don't know why, and I feel bad, but why are you so cursed? Also, Vesa, how did you even know that this command existed? Oh my gosh. Siam Zero clearly blessed and lucky. Aroma clearly cursed. I didn't, I just guessed? Oh my gosh. It's incredible, in a weird way. Aroma's absorbing our bad luck, it's the only explanation. Stargazer's not avoiding the gambling allegation. Need to save polls, we need to gamble still. Void, why are we making so many... Oh my gosh. I can't with you guys. So clearly we need to, like... We need to do these more often, I guess. I didn't ever think this would be a thing, but I guess we've proven that this could be a thing. A thing of absolute insanity, but a thing nonetheless. How did you make it? You can pick how high, too? You can pick how high the number goes? Alright, then. Wait until they start discussing WH40K lore. Oh dear. What brush was I using here? I thought I was okay, this one. Gotcha. And we gotta... No, that's fine. We'll leave that. I feel like I need some sort of different color here. I'm just not really sure where. And then this is probably gonna be like half and half? I don't really know how to color these. The tassels are sort of flat, so I don't really know what works here. Maybe like, I don't know, something like this maybe? I guess that kind of works. And then we'll make it like... Yeah, that works. Vessa, you can't just double a non-existent list. You can't just label- you can't double a non-existent list, that doesn't work. That doesn't make sense. This is not looking good for the defense. And what are you talking about? What are you- genuinely, what are you talking about at this point? The list is only non-existent because stars left nobody alive to witness that. There's no list. If there was a list, Vessa would have made the list. And Vessa didn't make a list, so there is no list. Because Vessa doesn't make lists, only I make lists. The list is in your brain? That doesn't count. That doesn't work. And it says you did crimes. You can't do that. You can't just, like, you can't just say there's a list. You have to have proof of a list, and there is no proof of a list. You need to start making an actual list now? Please don't. What is going on here? Your Honor, Pinky promised there is one. Okay, I need to make these tassels in front so I can actually see where they're... There we go. I make something so pastel in shadow. It doesn't work too well. What? You're gonna get me to make a list out of spite? You don't make lists, though. You've openly talked about how much you don't like making lists. Do you remember the castle situation? It took me a while, but I proved it. Are you just trying to emphasize how stubborn you are? You know how stubborn I am because you're equally stubborn. Am I? Yes? I think Vesta can double a non-existent list because according to the failed mathematician here, 0 times 2 is 4. What the heck? What are you doing? How dare- Why are there 8- Why are there so many- Okay, I'm curious with not Vessa. I'm curious as to people's reasons. What? I'm curious. I'm curious why the reasons. The reason's very simple, funny, so you don't actually believe it then. You just want to see number go up. You don't actually believe it. You're sounding stubborn right now. I'm like, I don't even know what's happening anymore, honestly. Reason she keeps drinking water after it tried to kill her. Well, look, even if it tries to kill you, you still kind of need it for, like, you know, living. It's still sort of a necessary thing, just saying. Who's to say the line between believing and believing no but actually is very thin? What? What does that even mean? I wouldn't mind doing it again if she refuses to pull for aroma. Are you admitting to a crime here? You're just openly admitting to crimes. I'm so, like, I don't even know what to think right now. Tell it to the jury, the second one, the first one already came to a guilty verdict. Jeez. I misread that as Gamba. Help me. Hey, Star, question? How do you draw consistently for what seems to be multiple times a week? How do you not get distracted by other things in life and stuff? And same goes for streaming and playing AK. I've been struggling to stick to drawing and other things I'm interested in. It seems like there's too much I'm interested in doing. I get so distracted doing them instead of sticking to doing one thing so that I can improve at it and stuff. Not sure if this is just me, though. It's definitely not you. It is 100% definitely not you. This is absolutely a thing that everybody struggles with, and this is something you have to force yourself out of. Vesa can, like, tell you that when I get stuck into, like, I have to do this thing, I will force myself to stick with it, even if there's, like, other things that I really want to do or think would help me improve. There's other times where he'll be like, hey, you haven't been taking those classes you said you'd be taking, and there's, like, you basically have to make choices, and it's not easy. You can't do everything. You have to pick your battles. It's not just you, trust me. This is not, like, just, like, a singular person's problem. This is just a really hard thing to balance, and you have to prioritize some things over others. You don't always choose the best things to prioritize. It's sort of a matter of, like, learning what works and what doesn't. Like, for example, this piece I'm working on right now, this is really, really late. Like, anyone who was here before the, Arknights people can tell you how late this piece is. It's a really, really, really late piece. Because I ended up changing my priorities more to Arknights as that started, as I was sort of trying to figure all of that out. So it's definitely not something that people just magically figure out. It's actually something that is really, really hard to balance. And I will, like, rant and vent to my friends and talk about how hard it is to balance these things. Trust me. So it's definitely, it's not just you. It's strong willpower. It's not really strong willpower. It's just, it's a lot of, It's just sort of seeing what is the best solution for you at the time, and it changes. You end up having to switch things around and try different things and see what works and what doesn't. It's being stubborn? Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't think it's just being stubborn, it's also figuring out what you need to do. So, okay, let me... I want to reread this part again a little bit. So, been struggling to stick to drawing because it seems like there's too much I'm interested in doing. I get so distracted doing them instead of sticking to doing one thing I can improve at. Not sure if it's just me. Vessa, post the crow. Vessa, feel free to post the crow. You know what I mean. Please post the crow. Yeah, no worries if you can't find it. It's just the first thing I'm thinking of here. Good to hear it's not just me, I just seem to not be able to find it. My interests and priorities seem to shift every week, and it frustrates me so much. You are definitely not... That is one version, I suppose. That is indeed one version. Which one did you mean? I meant the rainbow one that you edited. So, TLDR, because Aroma already calls me Libri, but I essentially have crow mentality, and I chase shiny objects all the time, and I'm always like, something will happen, I'll see something on YouTube or Instagram, and I'll be like, I need to focus on this now. I need to do this thing. I need to switch to this thing. And I have to, like, kind of force myself to not do that thing, even if I really feel like I want to or if it'll help me. And it's a matter of, like, really balancing things out here. Okay, I don't need everybody posting crows. Necklace truly is candy. It has nothing to do with the necklace. It has to- oh my gosh. It's a murder. TLDR. There's basically the idea of chasing shiny objects, right? So, Valzea, what you're going through is probably chasing shiny objects. Like, you can't focus on the one thing that you want to do because something else comes around that you also want to focus on. And you really have to, like, prioritize and not let the crow part take over. Because the crow part is very strong, and the crow part will tell you to do something else. And the crow part is a very problematic thing that we all deal with, myself included. I just happen to have more of the visual appearance to match sometime, but, essentially, like, the crow brain side of you is telling you to work on something different, and it's not letting you focus on the first thing that you want to do. So that's why I haven't been able to do, like, the classes I keep saying I want to do, or I'm doing something in stream, or I'm not really able to focus. It's a very natural thing here. So you're really not alone. In terms of combating it, I think the best way to combat it is to, like, narrow down the very few things that you want to do, and then, just hold yourself to sticking to those things. It's not easy. It's not easy. I have to write it down a lot, personally. And I'm trying to juggle, like, this work that I owe the community, I'm trying to juggle, like, the commissions, and then you also have to prioritize, right? Like, commissions have to go above everything, but then it's like, okay, I get one day a week where I get to do things that I owe the community. And then the Arknights thing, I'm prioritizing more because, well, hive mind. There's Vessa's edit, yeah. But yeah, you really have to basically define clear goals, I think. My boss refers to that as squirrel brain. It's kind of the same thing, yeah. For me, it's crow because shiny objects are just it's very much shiny object syndrome for me, which very much matches crow. Plus, you know, bird lore. I feel like it's been like this for years. Yeah, same here, honestly. It's been that way for years for me, too. I never feel like I'm 100% ever fully doing the thing that I need to be doing. So if you see that, like, my schedule is consistent, note that even though I present here's something that a lot of streamers aren't going to talk about, right? Note that even if I show you a consistent schedule every week, it doesn't mean that I feel like that what I'm doing has any consistency. Does that make sense? Like, just because I'm presenting an outward schedule and just because I'm sticking to what I'm doing on stream, it doesn't mean that I feel like I'm doing things in a proper, organized way. I mean, like, I was even thinking yesterday when I was late to making the schedule, I was like, I feel like I'm completely out of whack here. Like, nothing is really set the way I want it to be, but I need to stream. I'm a streamer, I'm a VTuber, so, like, you know, if it doesn't feel right at the moment, figure it out later. Make it better later, you just have to get it out now. Consistent schedule. Alright, it's Monday. I also explained it as the new shiny thing I want to do. Yeah, trust me, you're definitely not alone. I think a lot of creatives in general go through this. And, you know, if you ever want to, like, chit-chat about it in Creative Cafe, I'm sure there are a lot of artists that would be willing to discuss it with you as well. Creative Cafe, I don't think I've really clarified the best, use of it, but the channel is mainly for, like, airing out your artist grievances, or discussing, things in the art world. So if you ever want to talk about, like, you know, something that you're struggling with, on the art side, like, feel free to. Just don't use it as a general vent channel. That's the only thing I ask. I've had some people use it as a general vent channel in the past. I struggle with focusing on specific things. I need to get my driver's license. For some reason, I can't bring myself to focus on it, despite having half of it done already. I don't know, enough about, like, general sides of it. I can really only focus on it from, like, a creative art side of it. But I understand that, like, it's just hard to get past those hurdles, I think. Very useful to find the strength of will to say this is enough and not drag out a single project for ages trying to get it perfect. Very true. Funny you mention that, because I was talking earlier about how, like, I'm just trying to learn to get the color down, and then I can, worry about cleaning it up later. That's sort of something I'm trying to force myself to do right now. Like, with this project, is just like, okay, get the color down, and then you can paint it over, and then that way you don't have to spend a million hours on line art, because from a technical point of view, one of my biggest hurdles when it comes to anything I'm doing art-related is the line art. So, if, like, I know you're not talking about that in particular, but just in terms of, like, making it good enough, for me, line art is a huge, huge, huge barrier. So if I can eliminate the line art side, then it goes a lot better, I think. I also feel like I'm not quite getting the right color for this piece right now. I'm not really sure what it needs, though. I'm just kind of roughly working while trying to keep up with the chaos here. What do you mean by half of it? I forget what I was saying by half of it. Having some sort of public schedule does add some pressure, but at the same time, the scrutiny also boosts discipline. True. Very true. I won't lie that the publicity of posting a stream schedule is definitely, changed a lot. I'll look into it and definitely have so much more I can talk about. Don't want to take all your time just chatting about my issues. No, it's all good. I think that one thing I really like about the community here is that, I feel like we're very open to discussing creative-related issues. I am not a good person to talk about, like, I am not a mental health guru. I am not a streamer that you can, like, vent your, like, crazy, like, intense emotional problems to. I'm really bad at that. I know there's some streamers that really thrive on that. I'm not one of those streamers. But creative things, I will always help with creative things. Why is Void being ejected? Oh, sorry. I see what you're saying, Johnny Virgil. I got a little confused with the flow of the chat here. Got the written part done, but not the actual driving portion done. I feel like the driving portion is a lot more scary, so I can understand that. The star of pet birds? I do not have pet birds, no. Am I insane, or did I hear birds on stream earlier? I don't recall hearing birds. You may have heard birds, outside. There's a lot of flowers around the atelier, and it attracts a lot of birds, so you may have heard those birds, but I don't own birds. Huh? Skill issue? What? I'm so confused here. Lacks the ability to be tricky? Probably. Round of Among Us would break Star, I approve. Jeez. I'm trying to think if I've ever done any, like, game where you had to be tricky. I can't think of any. Duck game, sort of? No, not really. Is Vox probably tricking us all right now? That is a bad stereotype. The constant stereotype of, oh, foxes just trick people. All they do is play pranks, and they're just troublesome. That's no Gitsune you're thinking of. I am not no Gitsune. One thing about watching the stream on Discord is that you can hear the strokes of the pen. That is true, yeah. There's no filters for the pen, unfortunately. Sorry. You're gonna have to hear the pen. Later aka chapters have to be done Trixie if you can't power through them. Yeah, but I don't need to lie through my teeth like W or Tallulah, right? Us bunnies are very trustworthy. I wouldn't lie about this because I'm a bunny, therefore I can be trusted. Excuse me? Should do a Jackbox game night? Wait, Jackbox could be... Jackbox involves, like, that doesn't need a mic thing, right? Anyone can do Jackbox, right? Because Jackbox people can do with viewers, in general, right? That could be an idea. Jackbox is like a bunch of mini games that are all like audience participation based. So, trying to think of like a basic one. Like there'll be like trivia games and stuff. The t-shirt art game would be hilarious. Oh dear. So a lot of my... What? The only things I know of played that are tricky are high difficulty Toho games and late game Arknights. Some Toho patterns are difficult to read or just really complex in routing. I think we're getting confused about the meaning of trickery here. We're not talking about, like, the difficulty of a game, we're talking about, like, fooling people. Alright, I don't wanna bring Frost Nova into this, please. I can't. I can't help. Is YouTube not dead? I don't think YouTube is fully dead, but at this point I'm just sort of like asking anyone that they can be wherever they want to be, frankly. YouTube was dead for a bit, and now I don't think it is dead, so anyone's allowed to be wherever they want. Some people are on both, I believe. Pure insanity, really. Pure insanity no matter where you go. YouTube's been alive for an hour. Anyone can be wherever they want. Those type of tricky games, I don't think I've played any of, but some patterns do the fooling towards you. You can't really do the trickery back. Yeah, true. I don't think I've played any games where I have to be, like, super tricky or anything. I don't think I've made any progress on this piece, though. Jeez. Alright, see if I can get some progress here. Just a little bit. A little bit of progress as a treat. My entire job is being tricky? Wait, I don't know how... You know what? I probably shouldn't ask. Bartender's secrets. I probably shouldn't ask. These deeply trustworthy eyes. Oh, man. I'd pet the mold spore. I love that we just, like, I love that the name mold spore just stuck, because it's so great. I think I mentioned mold spore on stream one time and people got really confused, so the picture in the Discord right now, that is the mold spore. It's Void's, Stargazer form. How can you read chat so darn fast on Discord but not YouTube? What do you mean? They're, like, right next to each other. Is it weird I have permission to start activity in the chat while it is watch here only by design? I set the permissions really, really, really quickly, so I probably missed some stuff. Missing BGM in Discord? Yeah, there is no way to have BGM in Discord, unfortunately. It's a limitation of OBS and the virtual camera. I don't have a way of fixing it. I've looked into it, and there just isn't a way to fix it, unfortunately. Hello, Reed. It's frustrating, I know. Spinny, spinny. I feel like this is not working for Prism. I don't know, this feels off. Prism needs the same face as Dinosaur Prism. I meant the color tone. I'm trying to get the feeling here. It's at least more painterly, like I've been trying to aim for. I do like how painterly it is, anyway. It's magic, don't think too much about it. If you're fine with talking about the shiny thing, I think one heavy component that I struggle with is how my mood shifts so hard throughout the day. Especially during school and work, then I get home and I'm in such a different mood than what I'd like to be in for creating stuff. You have to figure out, like, you have to self-internalize where your most productive times are. Like, for me, right? I stream at kind of a strange time. It works well for people in Europe, but it's kind of weird for people in the US. This is the time where I feel like I can be sort of the most active and the most productive. But for other people, it's where they get the most tired. So you, like, need to figure out where is the best time for you. And it's hard, because I remember when I was doing a regular 9 to 5, when I was doing toy work, I would get absolutely burnt to a crisp at the end of the day, and I could not get anything else done, and my art was, like, my portfolio was not very large that year. So that is something that you have to sort of, like, self-internalize and figure out what is the best point for you to be working. And, trying to figure out from there. Thinking about magic is literally all some of us do in our free time. Hang on a sec here. No, we should be good here. Can't believe Aroma's bad luck broke Star's mic. No, we should be good here. Mike has a bit of a hum now? What? What do you mean it has a bit of a hum? What does that mean? Hang on a sec. My brain can't do constructive things at work after 3, it's just not happening. Yeah, you have to figure out, like, what works the best for you, personally. I feel that. It's hard having a schedule and being productive. Luckily, I have a wonderful community to keep me invested in moving forward. There you go. Yeah. We're always words. We're always happy to help motivate each other where we can. I hear a plane? I don't think there's a plane. Mic sounds fine on YouTube's end still? I don't know what causes to break on the Discord end. Oh, no. It was fine. It was fine. There's just loud things happening. I was trying to avoid the loud things. That's all. Alright. Let's get... Wait, what color are Prism's eyes? They're more of this blue, aren't they? I think so. Can't remember now. I'm not looking up a reference sheet at the moment. Prism doesn't have a reference sheet, poor girl. Alright, and then we need her tail here. And it needs to be a little bit more in the... Wait, what color's her... I'm trying to remember her design now. It's been a while since I've drawn her. It's really hard to make a dull rainbow, you know that? I feel like I'm doing one of those, I feel like I'm doing one of those weird, like, home interior things where a parent is, like, trying to make it look pretty for a kid, but they also don't want to ruin their own aesthetic. I don't like dull rainbows, but it's in a forest, so I feel like it kind of has to be a little bit. You're a rainbow and you know what the Skittles line is? Chase the rainbow. Hush. I don't really have a consistent time period where I'm most productive. I've learned to spot my surges and make use of them, yeah. I'm making a children's room black and white. No, not necessarily black and white, but like just enough to be annoying, I guess. Just enough to remove all the good color. I'm not saying I like it, I'm just saying it's what it reminds me of. I'm trying to make the donation boxes not look like caramel dancing. What? Alright, oh shoot, that's all gonna get cropped anyway, isn't it? Oh well. That's kind of more like... She feels so gray! She feels a little too gray. Why does this not feel gray? Why does Prism feel gray in comparison? Is it because I didn't add enough highlights? Do I need to add a highlight on her nose? She feels gray. Paint bucket tool white. Thanks. I appreciate that. I think I need to add a little bit more here on the face. Listen, a Tao, as a professional non-artist, would solve the issue. We'll just paint it white and just flood it white. There we go, that's a little bit better. Not entirely, though. I think I just need to make it a little bit brighter. I can't have, like, this dull coloring scheme. It's so weird. Let me try duplicating it and brightening it just a little bit. What if I do overlay? Does that work? Oh. I don't hate that. Maybe a little bit less intense, but it's a little bit better, isn't it? It's a little bit better. Try that. At work, the office manager is almost full-time helping me with work, prioritizing as my ADD brain is completely lost in the sea of tasks. Wish I had an office manager for private life. Yeah, that's fair, honestly. The extended wider line makes it really seem like the gray is due to not being illuminated. Maybe. Actually, wait, you know what? That's a good point. Instead of overlaying the whole thing, why don't I try just overlaying where the gray fur is? So what if I tried doing, like, make it maybe like a... Here? Let's try that. Whoa! Okay, that's going to be a little too intense, but bear with me as I just try to, like, brush it in and then reduce the opacity. Let me just test something here. She's glowing. Let me just reduce it a little bit, but I wanted to see if that would at least, like, help brighten it slightly. Just make it, like, a little bit less... Honestly, I think that works better. I think that works better. It's like, it's still in shadow, but it's not, like, intensely in shadow, right? I just can't do the Ghibli level shadow for this, I don't think. I think that works, though, right? She's a little bit brighter in general. I think we'll take that. Bye, everyone. Go to sleep. Alright. Have a good rest of your night. I'm a little confused on what time it is that you like to create. Is it evening for you right now? It's about afternoon right now. So I'm sort of in a time where, most people can't really work at this time, I don't think. Why not? I think most people are either, at work or in school at this point. So it is kind of an awkward time for people. But this is usually when I'm personally the most productive. But then, like, at night, now at night I can usually work until about, like, midnight usually. At night I can try to... I'm usually productive in the afternoon. And then after dinner, I usually work from, like, 8 to midnight. But honestly, like, I'm telling you, when I was doing the 9 to 5, when I was doing toy work, like, I know that it's really, really hard to get yourself to get... I know it's really hard to get yourself to, feel productive. Why do I feel like there's... Oh, she has pink in her ear, doesn't she? I'm, like, legitimately forgetting her design now. This is terrible. Wait, does she? Wait, someone throw the prism emote down in chat real quick. Thank you. Can't remember her design off the top of my head, jeez. It's like, wait, does she have an inner ear color? There we go. Alright, that feels a little bit better. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. Neglectful artist mom that goes on the list? No. Oh my gosh. Forgot one detail. Gosh. I'm honestly considering waking up at like 3 AM so that I can get my things done before I go get brain fried at school and work. So far, coming home and trying to do stuff is just so hard. Yeah. Getting burnt out from school and work, I can definitely understand. I do know that there are some artists that do try to work at that time. If it works for you, then try it. See if it's not too much. See if you can still get your school and work done. If it doesn't impact, like, you know, getting homework done, getting projects done, getting assignments done. I know there's some people that also try to work at, like, 6 AM right before they go to school or work. That's another thing I've seen people do, is they'll wake up at 6 AM before, like, everybody else is awake, like 5 or 6. And then they'll have, like, 2 hours or so before they have to go to school or work. And they can usually get a little bit more work done then, too. And then sometimes you're, like, up bright and early before anyone else. And it doesn't mess with your sleep schedule as much, so that's another idea you could try. I remember when I was in school, I used to wake up at 6 AM and spend an hour or so drawing. There you go. I can't recognize Prism if not with a dumb look in her face. Aww. She doesn't always have a dumb look on her face. She is our genuinely just good bun. Stargazer Protective Services. Evil. This Discord idea is literally the best and worst thing ever thought of. It helps you get references on the fly, but also can easily be a distraction, but luckily it hasn't been too chaotic. I didn't okay, the Discord idea was Vessa's, and we're just sort of going off of, like, randomly trying something out without really knowing how it goes. Helps you get references on the fly. True, though. True. I've hereby begun an actual list. What do you mean you've begun an actual list? You also get instant feedback, too. True. Yeah. We gotta try harder to be annoying. No, you don't. No, you guys are fine. You don't have to try any harder. No extra effort is necessary on your part in that department. You don't need to put in the effort to do that. You work hard as it is. You don't need to put in the effort to do that. I just realized I painted over this. Oh my gosh. Must resist annoying impulse. Fuck. I think I accidentally brought the chaos out of everyone again. Really? You think? That's what I'm saying. I'll go to bed way earlier than I do now, so I can wake up during the night. I've noticed I draw the best in late nighttime. Waking up at 3 AM would be when I do all the things I normally do and when I get home from work right now. I mean, try it out. See if it works for you. Like, test it out and, like, jot it in a journal, maybe? But I know that there's a lot of people that do try to do, like, very late night or very early morning artworking, so see if it works for you. What on earth? Usually draw Roma doodles at, like, 3 AM. There you go. You've got a comrade in arms time-wise. I have to re-add all of the little points here that got ruined. Epic. Incredible. There you go. You're not alone now. Alright, also I just remembered that she has colored paws. I haven't drawn her full body in a while either, okay? I don't really draw her as often as I wish I did, so... Alright, let's see here. Something like that, I think, works. More or less. I still feel like I'm not fully in love with the color scheme. I'll probably, like, tone it differently. I think it works great for animation, but not as good for, like, still illustration. The team when Star's explaining them the character concepts for the backstory anime. She does not remember well, keeps adding details about Prism on the fly. It's not on the fly. She doesn't have the most complex design. I just don't get a lot of opportunities to draw her. Also, Seko, I'm curious, because I didn't hear what people thought of the story. I don't mean to put you on the spot. I was just curious. I know Newbie also read it. Time to go to bed before it's Tuesday. Have a nice rest of the stream. Alright, thank you, RQ. I appreciate it. My sleep schedule didn't actually actively wake me up at 8 to 10 a.m. I'd also be up at 3 a.m. doing more creative stuff than falling asleep. Very fair. You read it too? I did not know this. When do we get Riri back? Oh my gosh. That's a good question. I don't know where Riri fits. Just bring her back? I don't know where she fits. I read it the day it came out. What do you mean you didn't know? I don't think you told anyone. I just remember hearing it from Seko and Newbie. I didn't know if you read it. Interdimensional merchant. Fair enough. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people here who don't know who Riri is. Hang on a sec. Give me 1 second here. Riri is she's not really a stargazer. She's sort of her own being. And let me see here. Let me see if I can find her, wait, is this just gonna show up, or? No, it doesn't, okay. Where is she? Our poor girl. Riri has a tragic backstory called being neglected and, joining a horrible organization. Where is she? It was long, I liked it. The beginning was a bit dense for me. Lots of info means lots of info, so I'm not complaining. Lady Red writes well. You surprised about that at the end? It's kind of like, you know, I feel like we can't... it's sort of our it's not really, like, straight happy ending, it's more of just, like, acceptance. Where is she? Where is... I'm trying to think of where I have... Where would I have put this? Oh, it's probably not under her name. It's probably under, oh my gosh, what were they even called? I can't even remember it. Oh, right. Okay. Vertux. Ugh. Lucinari's post-apocalyptic. Everyone dressed up in biker gear go Mad Max in the forest. Oh, gee! I had just found it, too! I just found it. Fine. I'm posting it for the YouTube side, then. There we go. There's no part 2 enemy being teased, or existential threat growing as they make peace. From what you know, anyway. Yeah, no, that's all prologue stuff. That's all prologue stuff. Explain Riri lore? Okay. So Riri is essentially, like, an interdimensional being. And she was, like, she essentially can open portals to other worlds, and she has sort of, she's kind of like a, she's kind of like a travel agent, in a way. Not the actual Riri lore. She's essentially an interdimensional travel agent. Her actual, like, her concept lore is that she was previously the mascot of a now defunct, destroyed VTuber agency that kind of got really, really, didn't fare so well, let's say. Didn't do so- You're so bad at explaining this! I'm on the spot! Do you want to do it? Would you like to do it? Vessa, would you like the honors? And I'll just read it off on stream. She's not- I wish you would have been from Shoujo. Stargazers are there being chaotic, which means there's an existential threat in making for Starlight. When you started streaming, did you intend on only being furry, or did you always have human form in mind? I originally only intended on the furry side of myself. I originally started streaming because I was trying to advertise, like, surface pattern design, which, for those of you who don't know what that is essentially, wallpaper greeting card art. And I was like, I'm gonna be the fox that sells stickers and greeting cards and wallpaper. And then I discovered VTubing, and I was going to just, like, be the fox who did that anyway. But then when I discovered, like, actual VTubing, I was like, oh wait, I can actually, I can shift everything to anime, but, like, without issue. Wait, I might do that. So then I was the fox that drew anime, and then the people who liked anime didn't like the fox. Or it was not really very accepted. And then I was like, you know what, I think maybe anime should be drawing anime. But thankfully, because Fox has the ability to sort of, like, you know, every fox has sort of shapeshifting ability. There you go. TLDR, Star won a mascot design contest for a VTuber talent agency, but it was a scammy agency and fell apart before Riri could be used. True. Yes. So Riri was the mascot winner for this VTuber agency. And I at least did get the prize for it. Some other people did not get paid in that agency, unfortunately. I at least did get the prize for this. But then Riri was promised a lot of things that actually would have been really, really big. She was promised her own VTuber model. She was promised keychains and stickers, and she was even promised a custom plush from Makeship. None of those things ended up happening. So, yeah, I honestly thought that Riri was going to be, like, my first concept to ever be made into an official plushie. But unfortunately this did not end up happening. I remember those design streams, time sure flies. Yeah, I designed her live on stream. But she never ended up becoming reality, unfortunately. Which is really sad, because I was promised a lot of things. I was told that she was going to be the face of the agency, essentially. And you know what's really hilarious about Siam Zero mentioning V Shoujo? You know what's actually very, very, very funny about that? This scammer who ran the agency used V Shoujo as a way to keep talents in the agency. And what I mean by that is, in the same way that he promised me, saying that Riri would be made into a plush, or she'd have keychains, or they'd have a table at a convention, and they'd show off Riri and all of these things, they also told the talents that they had connections to V Shoujo, and that the agency manager had direct connection to Gunrun. And this was before the whole thing with V Shoujo went down, so everyone was, like, really, really excited to join this agency and get connection with V Shoujo and be, like, boosted up with getting connections with the other V Shoujo talents. And then this agency head would basically leave his house for, like, days or weeks at a time, not really tell his roommate where he was going, except he would tell him that he was going to visit Gunrun, that he was meeting with Gunrun, that he had to travel to go talk to Gunrun. The funny thing is, back when we thought, oh, he's claiming to be affiliated with V Shoujo, sounds like a scam, now it actually adds credence to the claim. True, though. True. Source, just trust me. Yeah. So basically, yeah. It was essentially, like, pretty scammy for everyone. Let me make a VTuber model advertise invitation card backgrounds. I was not joining the agency, I just entered this as a mascot competition because I'm really... People don't even know about this because, I don't even really focus on it right now, at the moment, but I'm actually really, really, really big on mascot design. That's how, like, you know, Stargazers, Riri, Prism, everything. I actually have a lot of listings on, like, my commission site for mascots. I'm very, very big on mascot design. The fox was always a bit of a jump scare for me, to be 100% honest. Yeah, no, that's understandable. Like, a lot of people do feel really, really, thrown off by my anthroform. Professional concept designers sometimes get scammed. Yeah. Since the contract was void, you get Riri back. I'm a lawyer and I say so. Oh, you know what's funny? I like, spoke directly. Here's the thing. This was a small agency, right? That said that they were going to be big and they were going to, like, grow to the size of VShojo and connect with VShojo and everything. I was, in direct contact with the CEO of this company. I was in direct contact. I signed contracts and everything. After their whole agency fell apart, he named himself on Discord, I'm sorry. Like, he changed his Discord name to I'm sorry. Gotta go help a friend with something? Hope you have an amazing stream and take care. Alright, Celtic Alchemist, all the best, and thank you for stopping by. Pretty sure your mascot design discussion stream were the first I ever watched live. Well, I'm glad that that brought you in. It's sad to hear that Riri was promised a lot of things, only to be ripped of those things quickly. At least Riri isn't thrown away. Yeah, that's true. We were basically taking Riri back. She did have lore written about her by a writer for that agency, but I think that writer knows that that lore's never gonna go anywhere either. Wasn't your biggest video back in the day the mascot one? It was indeed, yeah. Yeah, I really liked that video. That was the first video that I, like, really took the time to edit. That was my first, like, actually, I'm taking a week to edit this video. I still feel so bad for the Pyro Pups. I know, right? The Pyro Pups have such a great design, too. First question, can she travel to the Dune world? Second question, can she teleport bread? Oh my gosh. I loved Cinder's design. Yeah, Cinder also, like, Cinder and the Pyro Pups were genuinely a brand masterpiece, which is really sad. Can she travel to the Dune world? I feel like that's a Vesa question. Has anyone heard anything from the agency CEO since they disappeared? Just take Riri back. I mean, I pretty much could at this rate. No one's asked about her, so. I used to be in that Discord, they're still holding out. I remember hearing that they were like, that Cinder was maybe coming back. I don't know though. But I genuinely, like, Cinder's character design and her mascot design were genuine 10 out of 10. Like, those were such good designs. Why is it always bread? Riri deserves a place in Illusionary, even if it isn't super deep or detailed. That's fair, yeah. She did have more of a place back when I thought I was doing those Pokemon videos, but now I really don't know where she is. I feel bad for myself every time I watch one of Rima's videos and I think to myself which community I'm joining. Hmm? Which one what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Seko, did you just replace- did you just alter your name? Did you just edit your name to be- Oh my gosh. Let's replace the waifu Bakadoodle on the wheel with a Riri Doodle. I can't believe the character design is now more than double the old mascot vid. The character design is now- huh? Oh, you mean the skin review. That is- I still can't- yeah, that's still insane. Lots of stuff happens in the VTuber industry. So are you talking about, like, whenever Rima is, like, talking about a community that goes south? Yeah, I understand that. It can be really scary to, like, I don't know. Sometimes I think about that myself. I'm like, wow, I hope I never end up in, like, a Rima video or something terrible. I mean, I think Rima's really cool. But I don't ever want to be on the opposite side of that, you know what I mean? A week in the VTuber industry is like a year anywhere else on the net, except for image boards. Also, Star, you're almost at 2.5k subs. Where is my Aroma Bakadoodle? Ugh. It's scary to think. I hope nothing happens here. Well, I don't really have a friend group that I would ever plan to, like, mess up. I can say that much. I still say you should have reached out to Legal Mindset about the Riri thing. Yeah, I was tempted, but I'm not also the type of person to, like, dip my toes into legal matters like that, so... Plus, I wasn't a talent. You know, I feel like if I was a talent, I would've, but I wasn't a talent. So it was kind of not really my place. I feel really bad for the talents, though. Same situation with V Shoujo. A lot of the talents at that other agency did not get paid. Ironically, yesterday, I saw that one of the talents was now joining Irium. Would have been hilarious if he wound up sub to you. Name changed for a bit for the joke. After stream, it'll be back as usual. No, I caught that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I don't like to dip my toes into legal matters. Aroma's lawyer. I have no friends. I would mess up. Starlight 2025. Heavily misquoted. Oh. Goodness. Alright. Why don't I actually try to, like, I don't know, work on a background, maybe? Let me see if I can get the, let's see if I can get this background here that I wanted to try to replicate. And you know what? Because I'm feeling lazy, I'm gonna color pick from this one, because I'm so behind on these that I just sort of want to get it done, you know? That's understandable, right? I just kind of want to get these done. Oh, that's pretty much the exact same color. Okay, fair enough. The background is perfect. Silly idea. Starlight, Kaku, and Vessa start a fake VTuber agency with Riri as the mascot. You know what's funny is that VTuber Senpai did start a fake VTuber agency. As like so for people who don't know who VTuber Senpai is, he's like my VTuber mentor that you may have seen in a stream or two. And he and another VTuber mentor made a fake VTuber agency to try to, like, educate people about scammy, predatory VTuber agencies. Such as the one that Riri was part of at one point. I remember Pippa's fake VTuber agency. Oh, jeez. How is the, how am I gonna, I feel like I need to get this picture, like, up close and, well, let me just, great. Alright, it's super pixelated, that doesn't help me too much. Alright, let me just do, like, a little bit here. And here's the thing, after this one is done, I still owe a, I still owe the Rachel Alucard one, and then I owe the free run one, and then I should be good, and then we can start jumping into emotes, I suppose? It never ends, truly. Why is this like a billion different colors? The heck? Hear me out, Vessa Star, Eve, and Kaku and Peak collab. Oh, jeez. That is a lot of lore, I was not aware of it all. Yeah, the agency lore is a weird one that I kind of almost forgot, to be honest. Sometimes I, like, wish that I had tried, like, doing agency stuff, and then I hear about people from agencies and I realize they're really not getting any benefits from them. Unless it's HoloLive, but that's, like, a whole different... That's not even comparable to anything else, you know? You can't really compare HoloLive to anything else. The only VTuber agency I really like is FaZe. That's fair. FaZe seems cool. Face seems... Oh, you know what? Oh, you just reminded me. I almost connected with Pippa, and then multiple people... I can't talk about that too much. TLDR, almost was able to connect with Pippa, and then other people tried to, like, jump the gun on it and ruined my chance at that. That was irritating. You could have absurd sponsorship bits where you claim the stream is sponsored by the CIA. Star Eater Industries, Lucinari's own genuine apple-flavored fur conditioner? What? Yeah, no, I legitimately was so close to connecting with Pippa. And, other people saw me trying to do it. And then they basically, like, shoved me out of the way. And then that did not happen. And then I think Pippa got scared and just stopped responding to everybody, which, honestly, I don't blame her. That was so annoying. Yeah. That's, like, ugh! I wouldn't be bothering these people, but, like, it would have been nice just to try to make a connection, but other people had to ruin it. I hate everyone who tried to jump on the bandwagon and screwed you over. Yeah, pretty much, right? Like, that was just... The VTuber industry is really cutthroat. Everyone will shove you out of the way for their own gain. That was definitely irritating. I have to be so careful, because, like, I have to remember that I'm not just on Discord right now, I am also streaming on YouTube. I don't think I'm saying anything too bad. It's all factual. And I'm not naming any names here, so... She absolutely got scared. She had to be coaxed into talking to Kason by her chat over a period of 2 years. Dang. You're super small-minded. They screwed up the whole group trying to clout chase. True, yeah. I have no reason to swear here. Jeez. I'm just annoyed that, like, people don't respect when you, want to try to make a connection. It's just a lack of respect. It's just, like... And the thing is, they then mess it up for themselves, right? Like, they didn't end up getting any connections, they just messed it up for everybody. I'm confused about how Hololive is so chill right now compared to any other agency. I'm so curious if Hololive has any shady stuff like the other ones. My guess is that with Hololive, because I remember a lot of people being like, oh, all these people left Hololive, it must be really bad. I think Hololive is very, very particular to, like, a very specific idol way of working that a lot of people just don't want. Right? Like, I think that a lot of people get burned out by that kind of thing. So then when Hololive was wanting to go closer to idol level, I think that's when a lot of people were dipping. I think a lot of people were like, no, I just really want to stream and play games and hang out with my community. I don't want to do the idol thing. I think as long as you don't name any names, talking about these things shouldn't be too bad on stream. But yeah, lack of respect is just sad to see, yeah. And I was so close to, like, genuinely making, like, a natural connection. And then it was, like... People definitely scared her off into being like, I don't want to talk to anyone from... Because essentially, I was, like... Okay, the most I'll say is that, like, I was essentially part of a small group of people. And it was, like, not like an agency, but, like, not a group of people where anyone was, like, close to each other. So then I was trying to talk to Pippa about this group. And then other people in the group were like, oh no, I'm gonna be the one to talk to her. And then they all shoved me out of the way. And then she didn't want to talk to anybody. And that's essentially, like, what happened. So, imagine I was just in a group, and then, like, other people in the group had the idea after me to go and try to clout chase with her. And then she just kind of looked at the whole group and was like, I don't want any part of this. And, like, the thing is, I don't blame her in the slightest. I think I would act the same way, too. I think I'd also be like, clearly this group is crazy. I don't need anything to do with this. I got better things to do with my time. I don't blame her in the slightest. It was me that talked you into reaching out to her, too. Yeah, Sylvester's, like, especially mad about it, I think. Yeah, that was irritating. Pippa, understandable, have a nice day, basically. FYI, if I'm going down, I'm taking you all down with me. Other VTubers, yes, very true. It is very transparent. Yeah, Hololive's very transparent. And has the Fubuki standard, true. Hololive issues are basically the amount of time requirements they want leading to burnout, and things changing after going public. Still probably one of the best agencies. I would agree, yeah. It's like, Callie is sort of like the Fubuki of EN, right? And she also has the mindset of like, if something's wrong, like, I will be able to tell you guys too. Making connections for you is not quite difficult because of the kind of content you do? Hmm? What do you mean? Hololive is hard to gauge as far as the idol standard goes. For every talent that meets the classic idol criteria, you have someone like Ollie going into Porcelain Maid stream for swimsuit collab. But the fact that Ollie's allowed to do that, I think says a lot, right? The fact that, like, nobody is stopping Ollie from doing that, I think, deserves acknowledgement. Honestly, when Gura released her, her final song, when she did Ash Again, and she basically had, like, the entire song talking about her feelings about, like, the fan base and the community in, like, the lightest way she could, the fact that Hololive allowed her to produce and share it, I think said a lot about Hololive. And I think, like, I think they kind of deserve a little bit more praise for that, you know? Like, they let her put on this song that's essentially very, very raw and talking about some very personal things. And I was thinking about that, and I'm like, they let her produce and post this. I think flexibility is one of the company's best qualities. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if, like, I feel like no one was talking about that, but that was my first thought, is like, oh my gosh, Hololive allowed this to be produced and published. Like, that says a lot. I think if you as an agency allow that kind of thing, it just shows... It just looks good on the agency, in my opinion. Yeah, remember what happened to Doki? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good comparison, right? Because, like, Doki was kind of doing the same thing, in a way. So, like, Hololive being fine with it, and then Niji being like, absolutely not. Because I think that song was, like, pretty obvious where it was going, and yet she was allowed to have it. Alright, I'm trying to make this background, and I kind of feel like I can't really do this background. Hang on a sec. I think I need to cheat the background a little bit with some brushes. Let me see. Is this the... No. Well, maybe. Maybe that's actually... Yep. No, where is my... I just had like a regular... There we go. That's what I want. Okay. We predict no noticeable impact on our brand or financials. I also thought V Shoujo was decent. Ugh, that's fair. I was listening to, I don't normally watch Nanners, but I was listening to Nanners talk about the V Shoujo situation from her point of view, and oh my gosh, like, I can't really fathom being in that position, where, like, everyone is blaming you for, like, trying to ruin the company's reputation, and then you have to stay silent for years because the company threatens legal action if you tell anyone the truth. I can't fathom that. Like, I don't normally watch her, but I was listening to that, and I was just like, oh my god. I can't. I can't imagine that. Silverveil did get similar treatment, absolutely. Like, Silverveil and Neanders were basically, like, completely destroyed from the general VTubing space. I just feel really bad for them. I'm not the biggest Neanders fan, but the whole V-Shoujo thing was awful. Yeah, I'm not a big Neanders fan either, but I was listening to her talking about the situation, and then I was like, okay, I feel really bad for her. Because people were absolutely destroying her. And then, like, also destroying her, her boyfriend, and saying that it was all his fault, too. Like, just so much crazy stuff going on, I think. Alright, yeah, I'm definitely cheating on the background a little bit here, but I need to. I need to here. I'm just trying to get the idea down with the leaves and everything. It's so weird to me hearing these discussions live with you guys. I'm only able to watch the videos. I don't have people to talk about it with. Yeah, as long as we don't, like, say anything that's, like, super, super egregious, I think it's fine to discuss. I try to still remain professional. You know who one of my favorite VTubers is, and I don't even watch her stream, but I think she's, like, one of the smartest people in the space? Does anyone ever watch Giga? Like, I don't really get a chance to, like, watch her actual streams, but I think Giga is one of the smartest VTubers we have. And it probably helps that she's, like, in a really professional space anyway. But I love listening to Giga. Me? Vesa. Oh my gosh. I like Neanders? I don't know. I've been- words. Never been following VTuber content closely before? I don't know my opinion is worth very much or very firm. That's okay. I'd never be able to do leaves like that because I'm stupid and instead draw all of the leaves manually. I normally do a lot of things manually, but I'm slowly starting to learn the importance of brushes to save your sanity. On the bright side, they both get finally rebuild the connections now. Yeah, now that people have realized that they were, like, completely... Yeah. Agreed. I once saw her explain limits in calculus as a tangent. I love her so much. She's great. She's, like, the only VTuber that has a clear head on their shoulders. I saw a clip of her the other day, and, people were saying that she's not clippable because she's not chaotic enough, and I'm like, this is perfect. I love her. She's like, she doesn't go crazy off the wall, and she's just smart. She's just smart, and you feel like you just have, like, a mentor figure to listen to. I don't care if she's not clippable, she's great. And she's very important for the VTubing space as a whole, I feel. Which is, it's kind of funny people say she's not clippable, because, like, I guess in the general sense she's not clippable, but I only watch her clips. So... I haven't really been keeping up with the bigger VTuber stuff as much anymore, but I know very vaguely what's been going on. I'm glad knowing that Hololive's still going well. Yeah. Even though they've lost some talents, I think they're still going well. They just released a new song, too. She makes her great 10-minute clips, yeah. Meanwhile, the VTubers I watch, oh my gosh. Pure chaos incarnate. I feel like out of all the, like, big VTuber connections I've made, quote-unquote, I think, like, the closest that I could say was a connection was getting Chibidoki to use my assets at one point. I think that's still a pretty good, whatchamacallit. I'd say that's a pretty good win. Meanwhile, the VTuber I watch. Seko, oh my gosh. It's funny, you know, it's really funny because, when I was only doing art, a big thing that I would constantly say to my mentor and bother Vessa with was saying that I never felt like I was clippable. And now since starting Arknights, that has become a very different situation. Someone else used your assets too, for free, without paying, despite... despite being an artist and rich. Ah, yes. Speaking of. Yeah, I've had interesting... You know what's weird with me is, like... I've, like, had small occurrences with larger VTubers, but nothing that ever stuck. And then I found this space playing Arknights, and now I'm just like, you know what? I really can't relate to any of the general VTuber world right now. I can't believe, I still believe the Nendroid drama was a bit unfair on Filion, specifically after she opened up and said she actually had permission from her previous merch. How do you get permission for... I'm not trying to start an argument, but I am curious about that. Like, if you're using a pre-made model that anyone can use, how do you have permission to make merch of that? I can understand if someone told you the wrong information, but from what I understand, the person who made the model was not allowing merchandise of it. I could be wrong, that's just the side that I've heard. YouTube side of the stream is starting to die? I can hear audio perfectly, but it's running at like 1 FPS with a small buffer every now and then. Oh dear. Yes, there is a Discord stream going on right now. Yep, you only have to join the VC. You've always been clippable, you were just too dumb to see it? Oh my god. She asked the artist if she could make merch for the plushies and everything. But wait, which artists? Purchasing model and purchasing rights to the model are totally different. Which artists, though? Are we... Okay, so that's something, that's a different situation. Like, for cups and plushies, if you're asking an artist who made art of you if you can use it for merch, that is very different than having a model where your design is based off of a pre-made. Sorry, blog, I apologize for the confusion here. She asked the creator of the Little Phil model? But the creator said that she didn't get permission for it. Going to bed now? Hope you have a good rest of the stream. Thank you, Wub, I appreciate it. I believe the creator of Chibi Filion gave her permission, but Chibi Filion was based on an existing design that was assumed to be owned by Filion. Yeah, Chibi Filion isn't the original design, that's the issue. Exactly, exactly. Like Vessa said, it's like fan art. The voices are back. I don't want to get into, like, any kind of, like, argument stuff because I know that you really, really like Filion. So I understand wanting to defend her. I do feel, personally, that in this instance, she did not have the permission that she thought she did. From my understanding, she never got permission for a pre-made model. There we go. But again, I know that you're a big fan of her, so I don't need to get into this if you don't want to. But as someone who does, like, character design for a living, it's something that I definitely was following pretty closely. Because it kind of impacts my field, you know? It was very much a thing to keep watch on as someone who does this professionally, because of course, you know, what it does is it causes everyone who does character design to be like, how is this going to impact our business, right? Oh, there we go. That looks so much better now. Alright, now we've actually got something going here. That's good. Starting to actually feel like a real background. Wow. Rindo was made by Jingo, and the android was based on the model. However, previous merch was based on her other model, which was made by a different artist, who she actually had permission to make merch of. Isn't Jingo's main design her main design, though? Like, isn't that her main model? I don't think you can really make, I don't think you can really base all of your merch off of your chibi, if that's what you're talking about. Because that's something very, very different. Most of her merch was based on the other design. So the chibi. But the chibi was based on her main design. It was just a chibi version. So it's the same design, no? The chibi's a different model altogether, but it's this. Was the chibi also a pre-made? Now that we talk about similar topics, will we know when your commission work sees the light, even if they're for other streamers? My commission work that I've been doing for other people? I'm just behind on posting it, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I can post one that I made for oh my gosh, my brain's melting here. I've been wanting to post one that I made for a community member recently, but every time I try to remember, it's always too late and everyone's usually asleep by now. So I'm always like, oh, I'll post it when everyone's awake, and then I always forget to post it when everyone's awake. I could literally post it tomorrow, I keep forgetting. And a lot of the other stuff is under NDA. Unreleased, undebuted VTubers and everything. How do you disable the sound of people joining VC? I think if you're joining the VC or other people joining the VC. I don't know how to do it with other people joining the VC, but if you want to join silently, I believe if you shift click, I believe it is silent. Other people, I don't know. I'm sorry. She had the artist's permission to make merch of it under her name. This is me talking about what she said in a recent stream. Not made specifically for Philia, not related to Rindo. Hang on a sec. Okay, so that's the regular Filion. That's the chibi base model. YouTube's being borked. Yeah. Hang on a sec. The Nendroid was based on her non-chibi model. Nowadays, she's working with both artists, or when she debuts, her model will be different enough from the Rindo base she's been using so she can make merch. So is she getting an updated model? You said other people needed them for their debut. I'm thinking about big works if there is any. So the stuff that's under NDA, if we will know, like, hey, go watch this. It's very interesting to watch, wink wink. I have one character design that is undebuted, and I have a character design that I did not do from scratch. I did like their 2.0, and then they had someone else do their model. I think at this point I can probably post that. I have to mention, while Ad Astra plays in the background, did you know the Lone Trail has a full 2-hour fan-made movie by students? I think it was their masterwork. It's on YouTube with English subtitles. That is insane. Goodness. User join and leave? You can... Oh, okay. Good to know. That's where the issues arise from. She's been wanting to debut for a long time. She's claimed she'll debut before 2025 ends, I think. That's good. Because I know that everyone basically said that the solution to that whole debacle was she just needs to debut a unique design. So if she debuts a unique design, I think everyone will be fine. What commission work do you do? As someone who's been interested in doing commission work in the past, but not because I feel my art is still too bad for commission work, it'd be cool to hear about how you got all that stuff set up and stuff. So I've been doing commission work since 2015, and it really started with, like, the lowest amount. I was not charging very well. I was not charging a very fair amount, and my prices have sort of gone up as I've gotten more experience, as I've worked with more people. In terms of how... Oh, shoot. Sucko, the Discord shout-out doesn't work on that channel because I forgot to set it up. She solved the issue with both artists peacefully, and behind the scenes she did things pretty well, in my opinion. Okay. I think the main thing is that, like... I think people were kind of, like, mainly thrown off by the fact that she had been doing it before the Nendroid thing happened, and people had already told her she probably didn't have permission to do it. And she kind of had, like, from what I understand, she had more of, like, you know, I don't really care, I don't think anyone's gonna stop me type of attitude. And then, when the Nendroid thing happened, then it got too big. And then it was like, okay, now it's an issue. Devil May Care, yeah. Kinda. That's where most of the drama came from, but she actually had permission for the previous merch, as I explained earlier. But not all the merch was made with the chibi model. Misunderstandings are one thing, but her attitude at first was way too flippant, and it put a lot of people off. Exactly. Like, if she had just said, like, oh, I didn't know... like, for all of the stuff, then it would have been fine. But in the beginning, she absolutely had a who's gonna stop me attitude. And if she hadn't had that, then she wouldn't have gone to the point where she was basically getting an Android made. And I probably will agree that a lot of people probably were also very jealous, because an Android is, like, most VTubers' bucket lists. So the fact that it was, like, an Android that wasn't supposed to happen, I could see why that would, like, anger a lot of other people. I'd stab someone for an Nendroid of myself. It's like, it is the biggest VTuber bucket list item there is. So, I think the fact that it was a Nendroid added to the issue. I was looking for the link to send it in YouTube, I didn't find it. You have a custom invite now that the server is T3 boosted. That is something we're gonna... We need to figure that out at some point, too. Gotta go, see you? Alright, Stuckler. It was nice seeing you. That was... Yeah, that's a good point. It's like, wait, what am I saying? Okay, the Discord server. The Discord server boost. So Discord is doing a weird thing now, where the things that you can have, like the tags, the colored names, the custom links or whatever, you now have to individually choose which ones you want, and then you have to pay the server points, and then it won't be T3 anymore because it'll go down if you spend those. So I haven't touched it because I don't really know what to do with it, because the minute that you if you want any of those things, it will go against your boost level and reduce it. I don't know how to explain that. It's a weird thing they're doing now. But essentially, like, I don't want to just, jump in immediately with Discord, because they're going to delete things that people have, tried supporting, and I don't know how to handle it. Yeah, they cost extra boost, exactly. I don't know how to handle the extra boost thing. It's strange and confusing to me. If I knew how, I would, but I don't really understand it yet. Delete Discord before they delete us. Oh my gosh. If I can find the clip with Fillion explaining what happened, I'll be sure to share it. It was on a stream a few weeks back. As you can assume, each stream being 4 hours makes it tough. That's fair. I'm sure a Clipper probably grabbed it. And the thing is, like, again, I know that Fillion is one of your favorite VTubers, so I don't want to be too harsh on Fillion. However, I do personally believe that this was a case where she was in the wrong. And if she does learn from it, then I think that that is the best scenario. I think if she just learns from it, it'll be fine. If she's able to get, like, a custom model and everything, I think it'll be fine. But the attitude of, like, no one can stop me, I do think is sort of what made the situation bigger than it needed to be. But if she can learn from it and move on and do good things that make her community happy, then I think that that's a good thing. Expect the girl that breaks a dozen VR headsets a week to learn. I believe that anyone can learn. I do think some of the drama was way overblown. Oh, I'm sure she has her haters, yeah. Me being unaware of VTuber drama, because Star is practically the only VTuber I watch. The only drama I know is the Star Moose era. We don't talk about that. Yeah, here's the thing. I don't think that she was being malicious. I think that's the main thing when I judge, like, how somebody acts, right? I don't think she was being malicious. I do think she was being foolish. I think that that's, like, a fair thing to say. I don't think she was being malicious, but I do think she was being foolish. Let's see if I can get any more grasses here. There we go. There we go. I'm just trying to get, like, a little bit of grass texture here. It's very, very loose grass texture. It's not the most professional grass texture here. I just wanted to sort of fill the space. She was being on brand when it was not the best idea. I think that's a really good way to put it, actually. Because I feel like that kind of situation is like, you think that you can get away with something, and then, like, for the first time, you're not able to get away with it. And I think that's probably a hard lesson to learn. Right? Like, normally, people are able to laugh it off, your community likes it, you can kind of be a little bit, joking. And then, like, for the first time, it doesn't go that way. It's gonna be a little bit of a shock to the system. And again, I know that Aroma does really like Fillion, so I don't want to harp on it too much. I'm only harping on it as much as I am, because the character design aspect affects me personally as a commission artist, because this caused a lot of people to question if the artists that they commissioned were messing them up and screwing them over. And commission artists very, very, very much ended up getting heavily involved in these situations of the Fillion drama in particular. Because suddenly every commission artist was considered, like, a scam artist. Because everyone was like, I don't actually own the thing, That's awful! And it's like, okay, well, it's very, very different when it's a pre-made model versus, like, something you've specifically commissioned. So that's why I'm harping as much as I am, is just because, like, commission artists had to deal with it a little bit heavily. It kind of caused a problem in that space. So that's why I'm, like, more invested in that particular point than others. Alright, I kind of like how the background is looking here. It's like, it's simple, but it works, I think. Just gotta finish working on the other trees here. I think it works, though. Got enough going on here. Yeah, basically I won't step into too much drama unless it's going to, like, affect how people perceive my career. And that very, very much did. And it's like, obviously, I was not personally involved in the situation, but any person who was doing character design was, basically being asked their opinions and accused and, like, questioned heavily. BRB, my lamp started smoking. My gosh, Roma, please. More of a shadow? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, what would be a good shadow while still keeping the grass effect. Tail's weird now, is it not? There was the edge of the image there, and it's there no more. So what I actually do with that is, I'm just opening, what I'm allowed to paint, and the image is still there. I just, the edge of the image is still there. Let me see. Selection. Create selection. Can you see it here? Let me zoom in a little bit. If you can... I don't know if you can see that. Basically, I can always do this. I just have to sort of watch the edges and make sure I go all the way colored. But yeah. Yeah. It's a way that I can freely paint without having to worry about how it affects everything else. I just have to make sure that I get to the edge, that's all. So we'll grab that a little bit, scooch it over. You mentioned something about a mentor a while back. You had someone you could talk about with your art and stuff. Not art, unfortunately. This mentor is very, very not good with discussing art. But with VTubing, yeah. I had a mentor for VTubing. Definitely not for art. I wish I had a mentor for art. A mentor for art would be good. I've not found one. At least not one that was okay. I've had art mentors in the past with, like, IRL getaways and classes and things, but none with anime. None that weren't like, how dare you draw anime, that's disgusting. Mentor got the aesthetic appreciation of a box of crayons. Oh dear. Yeah, that mentor is very, very much not art-focused at all. Kind of opposite, actually. Kind of like, I don't always agree with them on the art side. Because let's say that they don't think that the robot side is that bad, and I disagree with them a lot on that side. You think I'm bad? No. You know what I mean when I say that. I hope he's not on YouTube right now. I don't think he knows the second channel. If you put me in front of the Mona Lisa, I just go, yes, this is painting. Falls asleep. Stars too great at art, she can't be taught by someone else anymore. Definitely not true, but I do appreciate the kind words. Some people with a large following sometimes don't notice how influential they can be. It usually ends up in some kind of drama. People make mistakes, what they can do after is what matters. I don't know for this specific case, the bigger you are, the more careful you have to be. Yeah, I would agree with that. Something told me there was something off about Prism's tail. I felt like you'd get around to it later on. Your solution for it, honestly, is probably the easiest idea without forcing you to put a ton of time drawing out the tail. I'll also paint it so it doesn't just look like like... I'll paint it so it doesn't look so empty and weird. But yeah, essentially, because these are phone wallpapers that are supposed to be able to fit any phone, here's how I do it. I have the main layer here so that I can draw outside the lines without it being a problem. And I can select and crop here, and you can sort of see the lines there. And then if people have a smaller phone, then I can select and crop here, and it still works that you have, like, enough here. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, when it comes to art mentorship, when it comes to anything, really, any sort of mentorship for anything that you're interested in, 99% of people are going to be focused on beginner. 99% of people are going to be focused on fundamentals in the art world, they're going to be focused on beginner, they're going to be focused on, like, helping the basics, which, at this point, I can do that. I can mentor beginner. I actually have done a little bit of mentoring back when the Discord was more art-focused. But once you get out of the beginner state, now you don't really have anyone to help you. And I still really feel like I need that. And it doesn't really exist. Aside from, like, translated classes from Japanese and Chinese. But those are hard to learn from. So yeah, I mean, like, beginner stuff I can teach. I even do that kind of, I have mentorship sessions. Haven't done it in a while, but that's like, I think someone came in here in a past stream and they're like, oh, once I do this class, you'll critique it, right? And I'm like, I charge for that now. If people ever want, like, a little bit of feedback on something, like, I will do that for free. I can do a little bit of a paint over, I can do a little bit of feedback, I don't mind doing that. But if someone's like, I want one-on-one attention, I'm like, I charge for that now. If you want to appear on a live stream and have your work shown, and if you're brave enough to get live critique, then yeah, I'll do that because then it becomes content for me. But if you want me to just one-on-one review your work, that's something that I now offer on consultation. But like I said, I'll do a little bit of feedback here or there for free. I think I've offered it to people in here before. I don't mind that. I can't wait to hear your feedback on it or something. It wasn't even I can't wait to hear your feedback, it was like, and then you will give me feedback. Like, excuse you? It's honestly a smart solution with how to deal with phone wallpaper drawing. It makes you see where you need to draw or paint, while also forcing you to do a little extra just so it doesn't cut off completely. It gives you, like, a little bit more freedom, yeah, for sure. But yeah. I feel like I try to be fairly generous with my time. If someone wants a little bit of help, I will help them. But if you want one-on-one attention, then at that point, it's one of the, like, does it cut into my time where I'm doing commissions for other people? If yes, then I'm going to charge for my time, just like anyone would for anybody, any service. But if you want me to like, save it for a session where I can just go over a bunch of different people's work and give a bunch of critique in, like, a whole, collective stream, then that's different. Entitled much. I won't lie, I want to commission you, but due to my country's average salary, it's kind of hard, but I've been saving up. Oh, I appreciate that. I try to make things at different levels as well, so that hopefully it's not all crazy amounts. Love the stream, gotta go to sleep, work tomorrow. Probably try YouTube for a bit and see if it's stable until I fall asleep. Alright, that's fair. Quick note, funny how you say I do that because that'd be content for me. Then I feel like you have tons of content you may do and what you most lack is time. Maybe. I'm wondering if you charge for a character review or roast session. I do have character consultations, actually. How much is a commission? I have a lot of different variations. At the moment, I'm pretty much in, like, big waitlist mode. But if you ever want to get on the waitlist, if you're okay with, like, a few months out, I can add to a I can always add people to a casual waitlist, which basically means, like, I have interest and I know the thing that I want, but I know that you're busy, or I know that I don't quite have the time or the funds, but I want to sort of, like, get on your radar. I have something called casual waitlist for that. I know about those. I meant like a stream in which you look at designs and rate them. That's always scary. Roast stream is scary. Roast stream can go south pretty quickly. Yeah. I would, but I think that is a scary thing to do. Oh, real quick here, while there's still people who are here, just because I think that, it might be nice to bring up real quickly, because it is getting a little bit late, and I know that people do want to start going to bed here. But real quick, as long as we have these up, I might finish this off stream, because I think at this point all I'm doing is like a little bit of polish. And I kind of want to try that technique that I was telling you guys earlier, where you just paint over for the polish. So I might do the rest of this off stream. I think we made a lot of good progress today, considering there was no color on this before. But real quick. This is gonna be new to you guys. I have all of these sketches that I've made in the past. Let me actually get rid of these real quick. I have all these sketches I made in the past, and these are like potential future emotes that we could eventually work on. And I'm curious, and because a lot of you guys are on Discord, you guys can straight up, like, screenshot and crop. Which ones do you guys think that we should focus on making? Because after I do this one, and after I do the, after I do this piece, after I do the free rent piece, and after I do the, and after I do the Rachel Alucard piece, we're probably gonna focus on doing emotes. Starfire. This one, the screaming one. Oh my god. The screaming meme. I second this one. Is that gonna be our next one? Because the only one that we have actually finished is Prism. Is the Prism one. The 3x3 hands down. Wait, 3x3. This one? Need for the next red stage. Oh dear. That's a good idea. That's a good point. Horrified star is always worth a laugh. Okay. Also, real quick, one that I do want to do is not an emote, more of a sticker. I'm trying to get you mad because my sis is here watching with me, so get mad, please! Why do you want me mad? I like Starpire and the 3 I shared. Starpire wasn't meant to be an emote! I'm not sure which one, but my Toho veteran brain sees the one Aroma mentioned, immediately thinks of how often I've seen it used. Fair enough. Fair enough. The other one that I want to do at some point is this one that I sketched out, because this is like, in my head, this was the gacha one. This was like the blessings for gacha sticker idea. I don't know, I might redesign it, but this was kind of like the Fox blessing for gacha. Except this wasn't meant to be for Arknights. This was meant to be for when other people do gacha. And then I ended up playing a gacha game, which was not... This was originally sketched because Vesa was opening card packs. This was originally sketched because Vesa was opening Pokemon cards. Rightmost fifth? Rightmost fifth. Rightmost... wait, which... This one? I don't know what rightmost fifth is. But yeah, this was originally because I sketched this when Vesa was pulling Pokemon cards. And I was like, we need like some sort of good luck card pull thing. Fifth row on the right. Row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rightmost fifth. Oh, pfft. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Alright. So we've got the thinking one, the the begging prism, some of the Senko ones. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, alright. I will keep those in mind. That gives us, like, what, 5 to focus on doing? Those aren't options, Seko. Goodness. I like the third row. Third one? This one? This one ended up getting a little bit of extra color, so this will probably also be added. So it says leave now. She says you're a brilliant artist and she's proud of you. Oh my gosh. That is very kind of her to say. Tell her thank you. It is very kind of her to say. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. This could also be cool for our secret meeting. Secret meeting? I feel like that is one that has been suggested a few times. Sorry, I missed the comment. I wasn't able to make her mad in time. What comment did you do? What did you say? Lillian, I swear. I vote for these. Fair enough. Alright, I will keep note of those. So we need to speed run the next 2 wallpapers, and we need to get the free run one done. The free run one is actually going to be a very intense piece, but it'll be a good portfolio piece, because I have yet to have drawn a single character horizontal canvas. Believe it or not. I really, really want to do one. I'm shocked that I haven't done something so basic yet. I need the stare emote. I'm lacking stare emotes. Good to know. Alright, we will keep that in mind. The Senko stare. We'll do the Senko stare. Yeah, a lot of them, I will admit, were just, like, grabbed as, like, Senkos. We can definitely start with those. I think that'll be good. Senko-san was my favorite anime and waifu for a very long time. I still really like Senko. I don't care what anyone says. I still love Senko. I think that having Senko emotes in here fits, so. Senko, what are you doing? Ah! I'm not a werewolf. I can't believe you. I'm not a vampire. I have a friend who's a vampire, but I am not one. Lots of vampires around here. True! Like, unironically, why are there so many vampires in the forest? Like, why are there okay, Taka, you, Lady Red, why are no, not- wait, no, sorry. Lady Red, Taka, not you. Moon motif, I am not a werewolf. Actually, you are? Wait, I thought you were a spider. Are you a mix? Foxes also have a moon motif? No? Kind of? I don't think typically. Member of a vampire clan that's into body alteration? Noted. Noted, Lillian. Anyways. Alright. I will take note of those emote designs, and I think we will finish this off stream. Just trying to get the work done. I think that will be good. I think we were still pretty productive today, so I'm happy with that. Our next stream is going to be next stream is tomorrow. Okay, next stream is tomorrow. It is going to be the right time. And, we are going to be still in Chapter 7. Chapter 7, it seems very, very long, but that's okay. That's okay, we'll see how this goes. Waifu short when. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. Alright, fair enough. More Chapter 7 fun time. Exactly, exactly. Drawing ended up really nice. Thank you, Abea. I really appreciate that. Chapter 8 is longer. Good to know. Good to know. You should upload the beans on Twitter. I should upload the beans on Twitter. I will do my best to upload the beans on Twitter. Alright. But with that, I think we are going to end it there. So have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world or the many, many worlds beyond, and I will see you tomorrow. Alright. Have a good one. Bye, Stargazers. Thank you for the fun times. We might try doing this again in the future at some point. All the best.